Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Brother.
Brother.
All right, Connor's a little geek to jump the gun here.
Yeah.
My bad.
Welcome back to this week's
I was
episode
excited to pod.
of the Skill Issue podcast.
Yeah.
There's been a gacha game
Yeah.
that has been exceeding expectations.
Supposedly.
What the heck? It's fun. It's someone like me who hates gacha games.
Some people are
plays it.
calling it the best gacha launch ever.
Some people meaning Connor, but it could be.
It could be.
Well, all four of us have tried at least a little bit of the new Neverness to Everness (NTE) gacha game, and that's what we're gonna jump into today.
Nothing to everything.
Nothing.
Yeah, from nothing ever happens to everything happens ever.
Stick around for it to get really political by the end of it.
Okay.
We talk about race and politics.
If you enjoy
and
discourse
gaming,
upon the crux of media as a whole,
I enjoy Discord.
have I got the episode for you?
Yeah, me and Connor get critical of our own people.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right.
No, we had questions. That was interesting.
Yeah. It's worth talking about because it's game related, and that's what we do on Skill Issue. But you know what else we do on Skill Issue? We talk about
games.
We talk about NTEs.
Actual video.
We talk
game.
about NTE.
We talk about NTEs.
Yeah.
So-
there's a new gacha afoot. It's called Neverness to Everness, but they just call it NTE. Because it rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
Better than Honkai Star Rail.
Yes.
I will die on that hill. Honkai Star Rail is a bad name.
I think it's a fire name, but I'm not
I think it is so cheeks, dude.
I think
I'm
it's so
sorry.
good. I love saying honkai.
Honkai Star Rail.
It's just like
Sounds like
how
a
am I
hot-
supposed to
sounds
take
like hot guy.
anything seriously in it? It's like
It doesn't rest well on the Western palate.
at
Honkai
all.
Star
At
Rail.
all. Yeah.
so
However, NTE does.
me and Connor,
It does.
whenever there's a new gacha afoot, we're like,
We'll try it out.
we'll try it.
I'll try anything.
And I don't
Once.
want to throw out names, but I will throw out names. What was I'm like forgetting these games.
Yeah.
Can't throw out a name if you don't know it.
A couple of the gacha games that we tried recently, like before this.
Gotcha games we
Easy,
tried.
easy.
It was like something like Abyss, Duet Night Abyss,
Duet Night Abyss.
and
Well, that actually was not a gotcha game, but it was still in the same.
yeah, it was like
same market.
It was basically
Same
a gacha
market.
game. That and then
Technically, it was not a
Arknights,
gacha
that
game.
and Arknights Enfield. Those were the
Arknights
two that I
Enfield.
was thinking of. So those
Yeah.
were like the other two like semi-recent gacha games. And like me and Connor, we were like, all right, let's try them. We played them once, and then it was like, I'm not coming back.
It's like, I mean, it's all right.
It was
I
just
mean, it's all
like it wasn't like this is a bad game, but it was like that's it. Like it did not hook me.
Yeah,
Mid
like
at best.
Yes.
Well-
and when you have like the market where it's like you have Star Rail, like you have ZZZ, like you
here's-
have Genshin, you have Wuthering Waves.
You got some big. You
but
got some heavy
here
hitters.
is the
You do.
weirdest thing about it. So the two games you mentioned before, Duet Night Abyss and Arknights. Both of those games were going for certain crowds of already existing games. Duet Night Abyss went for a Warframe. It was a Warframe copy, but
it's the next Destiny killer.
yeah, but it was like anime style.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
like a Warframe and Destiny, kind
It
of like
didn't
MMORPG,
work.
like a
Didn't
shooter.
click for me. Arknights is going for, weirdly enough, the Satisfactory crowd.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, wait. I watched somebody play Arknights.
Yeah, you can make like
what is Satisfactory crowd?
factory, like
Yes.
like
It's
this
a
produces
factory
this. You make a
builder.
conveyor belt that goes
Oh,
into
we're
this.
talking actual factory part
Yes.
of Satisfactory. Oh,
It's going for that crowd of like people that enjoy those like
yes,
like process
Huh.
factory games.
Yeah.
which
But-
is kind of cool.
Yeah, for those who like that, it's great.
Like that's definitely more niche of a niche.
And so,
than, like
but,
a Warframe or
but
Destiny.
because I've already played both of those, and I was like, it's not for me.
right.
Going into seeing the promotion for Neverness to Everness.
So basically, this game, if you just saw the ads, it was like, this is anime GTA.
Is it just going for
It's
like
just- it's just-
it's the same thing?
It's going for GTA.
It's going for GTA.
It's Anime Game
Like
2026.
it's trying to go after another game that already exists, and it's just
Yeah.
going to be the anime version. It's like whatever. Like it's just going to flop.
Yeah. Here's the important thing: is that
Well-
I am normally
Well,
arguably the biggest like D1 hater of anime games.
I mean,
However,
yeah, especially of people on the couch.
Yes.
Of the people on the
100%
couch, Nathaniel was like
Yes.
the least like. He was probably like he'll try it, but he was the least likely to like ever visit a second time.
Yes, to
Yes.
ever open the game another time. Okay, because you know, like games in the PlayStation, you can stream them or download. Normally, I'm like, I'll stream something if I'm not sure about it. I downloaded this one.
Yes.
Because I was like, anyway, that's the point. Here's a game that all four of us have played. This is rare. This
yeah,
is a
this
rare
is a rare
time
moment.
that we've
So
played a
this is a
rare
game
moment.
that we're talking about a game that is
Yeah.
new that all four of us played.
As it turns out,
It came out yesterday.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
the last time we did this, where it was a new game that all four of us played, High Guard.
Oh,
Yo.
I know. That's the
kind of
last
a-
time that happened.
that's kind of a bad omen.
it is.
I had to be
We'll
said.
start off with the lowest common denominator. It's a free game.
It is free.
It's
It
free.
is
It's free.
I was a little confused when I tried to find it on Steam, and it wasn't on Steam.
Wasn't on Steam.
And
Yeah,
I had
it's
to just
like
a
download it
free,
off
yeah.
the internet.
client.
A lot of gotchas are like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. They have third-party
Play it on
clients.
your
Like,
phone.
at first,
Yeah.
they're third-party clients, and then if the game gets
Like,
popular enough, it's
yeah.
like, oh, they'll add it
In
to
the
Steam.
next version update for Zenless Zone Zero,
They're adding it to Steam.
they're putting it on Steam like,
Oh.
and this is like their third anniversary. Like,
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like, they've been
dang.
out for a while.
yeah, like it's been
Yeah.
3 years. So they're finally coming.
I think
Interesting.
second anniversary.
Yeah.
second?
No,
Jason's got some
because
thoughts
Star
on
Rail
this.
just had its
Yeah.
third anniversary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Because ZZZ came out the same week as First Descendant. And I remember that I downloaded both of those in the same night and tried both of them and didn't like either. So that's,
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
anyway, that's me.
That's
But
fair.
Yeah, I just remember that.
Oh yeah, so I think I'm probably the one who's played it the most.
For sure, yeah.
I played it the least.
I'm close behind though.
You are close behind.
Shockingly.
I really want to like. Let me just say this: in a gacha market where it's like, probably nothing's gonna pull me away from like the big three, of
Yeah,
like
phone, wallet, keys.
yeah,
Literally.
of like Star Rail, Zenless, Wuthering Waves,
Yeah.
and like maybe Genshin. Like I don't
No.
like, it's a thing still
They've
for a
fallen
lot of
off,
people,
though,
but for a lot of people it's still a thing. But
Yeah,
for me,
it
wasn't.
is.
Take Paimon out. I will play Genshin more
Dude,
than any game that
Listen,
exists.
I tried. It doesn't hold up.
No, it doesn't.
yeah.
It doesn't hold up.
I tried.
But anyways, so like a market where like the big three are the big three, and like it's hard to pry players away from the big three.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like this one can pry some people away from the big.
I think
three.
it could. I think
Yeah.
it could.
And
I think so too.
You know, I was pretty surprised. But like there are a lot of things that this game does that like helps it stand on its own 2 feet in
For
ways
sure.
that I thought it wouldn't do.
Some that we discovered tonight.
Yes.
We'll talk about like my first impressions going into the game,
Yeah.
or like initial pre-first impressions were that between this game and also a similar one, Ananta, that's also not out yet.
Yeah, that's another one that's coming out
Yeah,
soon.
I was fully expecting this game to be just all filler and no substance because it was
gosh,
just
no breaks.
It was just
Yeah.
advertising like feature. So, we'll do this later, but we'll compare it to Crimson Desert. But because it's like I'm like, oh, there's so many features, like, but what do you do? Like, what?
Yeah.
Do you,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
like
so
like
much.
this is but this is a gotcha game. Like that's even riskier. Like
It's
what do
very
you,
risky.
what do you do? Like I just go in and like do a bunch of random crap, and then they want me to like spend money to pull for a character. Like no, like
pay money for an in-game Porsche.
right, like no.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was what I thought was gonna happen. Is that people were gonna play it, and it was gonna be like, this is just completely empty.
You want anything
It's
cool?
like okay,
yeah.
for those who it's like Dragon Raja.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Dude.
Remember that?
Did you watch the anime on Crunchyroll?
I've seen clips of it.
What?
You should watch it. It's actually really good.
Honestly, from the clips I've seen, I was like, wait, why?
I'm sorry.
Why,
They
why
made
they got quality?
animation for this.
The Dragon Raja animation is actually fire. I watched
From the little bit I've seen, it's like,
Okay,
where
well,
did this come from?
So
yeah.
the game is basically just like thing the game. Like you go in, it's
Yeah.
like you have anime style stuff, and you just like have a completely flat story and just
story
I
is
don't
the
know.
only thing that's flat.
We have,
in
we
this
have
game.
apartments, and you can marry people in game. Like
That's nuts.
You can ride a bike. Like it's just like there's a bunch of random crap. Like
Wait, which game?
Dragon Raja.
Ah, got it.
But it's like there was nothing like of substance. It was just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, something I think
That's what I thought was gonna happen for this.
Yeah, but like, and it's interesting because there were a lot of features in the game that they advertised, and I was like,
Tower Fantasy.
in
you know,
a
like that.
in a gacha
Tower
setting,
defense.
this is going to feel clunky and weird.
Yeah.
And the first thing that made me think that is like, okay, what is a GTA like going to have? And a Grand Theft Auto like going to have? It's gonna have
right,
cars.
right.
Yeah, like me and Jason, like we played
requisition
GTA. Like,
car,
we
yeah.
played a lot of GTA.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like this is not gonna work. But,
Right.
like, dude,
No.
I drove the car for the first time and I was like, this feels fine.
I know.
It
I know.
seamlessly blended into the world a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Called
And
up from
and
your
and
phone, dude. It felt like cyberpunk
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah, and something that's nice
Dude,
about it. is
Edge
it's
Runners game.
no,
Sorry.
oh,
They're,
Sorry.
they're actually putting edge runners in Wuthering Waves.
yeah.
You can pull for loose.
Are there
and-
cars in Wuthering Waves?
There's bikes.
That's like a motorcycle.
You can drive a bike.
Sorry, I don't want to do.
But like,
yeah.
and it's not even just the racing and
pretty
driving.
tough.
Like, I haven't gotten into a lot of these features, but the fact that a lot of these small features that I thought were gonna be really shallow and like clunky and weird aren't gives me a lot of hope. Because when I was just
Yeah.
looking at a couple features, just like on the menus,
Uh-huh.
there's driving, but there's also racing.
I have yet to try the racing.
Yes.
I really want
There's
to.
online
crazy.
racing. Like there's,
Online racing?
Yes, there's multiplayer in this game. There's online racing. in
anime
this game.
Mario Kart.
Dude, you want to talk about Grand Theft Auto? There are heists you can do in this game. There
What?
are heists.
Wait,
There's-
really?
Yes, there is like store and job management. Like you can like GTA, like you can buy different stores and you can
What?
Yes, you can run them.
That's-
There's online mahjong. There's online mahjong in this game.
Sold.
And it's so funny because in the last clip we talked about when we were talking about Crimson Desert.
I know.
we-
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
talk-
the everything game.
Yes, well,
yeah.
and we were like,
Okay.
okay, what does an everything game have to have? It has to have fishing.
Yes.
This game has fishing.
Of course it has fishing. Of course
So-
it has fishing. Yeah. So
I'm gonna-
this feels like I mean, we talked about this in the Crimson Desert review, and it's funny because this feels very poignant to that conversation where what does a buffet style game look like?
Yeah.
And that was buffet style game with Western graphics, medieval fantasy aesthetic. This is that. This is the same buffet style, but for modern sci-fi-ish setting, but more modern kind of like setting, and then like anime style.
And
It's
way
like,
more jiggle physics.
oh my
Yeah, more than
if you
Crimson
thought
Desert.
Crimson Desert had jiggle physics,
No.
good lord.
Yeah, this is like Zone Zone Zero level.
More than ZZZ.
This people really
More.
got on Crimson Desert about like the Gooner bait. I don't think that it's worse than this.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh no, not
definitely
at all.
not.
dude, okay, this game, okay.
Not even close.
I can see the argument being made for the fan base. We were talking about the fan base. We were talking about how there's a lot of gacha games and how there's a limited limit. I mean, it's a big fan base, but still, you have a set amount of people that are going to play gacha games regardless.
Yeah.
And you are pulling from that crowd that already probably has their favorite game. What do you need to pull them away from their favorite game? You need someone that has the typical Asian infantilization in terms of like their look and their voice. You need
Yes.
someone with blue hair, a
Yep.
tail,
Yep.
schoolgirl tights,
Jiggle physics.
high voice. That I'm not going to say more because like
You know what it means.
Yeah, you know exactly what it means. Like the most. And then also just kind of like the fawning over the main character after having met him
Yeah, like
like
the
2
harem,
minutes
the
ago.
harem.
Yeah,
Harem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gathering
You-
wives. Yeah.
You got the gamut. It spans the gamut. You have all of that off the bat.
In the first like 5 minutes.
That's
Literally.
one side character that is one of the more common ones to
Yeah,
follow you
Mint.
around. And yeah, Mint.
Mint.
And then you
She's
also have
so annoying,
dude,
actually.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
let me
it's
say
not
this.
as bad as
she could be more annoying.
Let me
It
say
could be
this.
worse.
Every gacha game has a Mint-esque
They have
character.
one.
Yes.
And I will say this. I think as far as the Mint-esque character, like the Paimon, the
first character you
the,
meet is
the
always,
March,
like-
the March 7th, or
Yeah.
you know, like the whoever it may be. She's not that bad.
It could be worse. No, it
could be worse.
And I'll agree with that because, like, honestly, Paimon's mere existence
best
and
one is March
voice.
7th.
Oh,
in-
and Abby,
in Genshin,
Abby, of course, Abby in Wuthering Waves.
Actually,
Ooh.
it's actually not Abby and Wuthering Waves. You don't meet her for a while.
Really?
Okay, but like Genshin
For a minute, yeah,
like
you don't meet for a
the,
minute.
the existence
Must
of
be the best part of the
Paimon
game.
would like that is the only reason why I didn't put like 1,000 hours in that game.
Yeah.
Like
Which-
I'm so serious Genshin.
Paimon,
like
I
the
Genshin.
everything else about the game,
So
the
freaking
combat, the
annoying.
Especially
aesthetic, the
English
style,
voice
the
actor
music.
Paimon.
Oh.
Yeah, everything else about that game, I
the
would have
world
put
building,
1,000
like-
hours in if
Yeah.
it wasn't for Paimon interjecting at every sentence.
I agree.
And here's a big difference too: is in a game like Genshin, you have a silent protagonist. In this, in NTE, you have a protagonist that talks.
Yeah, he does.
That actually has his own opinions. He speaks.
Yeah.
He has a little bit of banter with some of the characters. He has a little bit of a sense of humor. I'm gonna let Jason speak more to like some of that because I feel like that's a positive that it has.
Yeah.
For
It
me.
does, yeah.
And
I think some of the more modern gacha games have done the same thing.
Yes.
They've like Genshin being a silent protagonist, and they've stuck with that forever. It's not good, and a lot of other ones around the same time.
It's aged it.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
So like if Genshin is like the the origin of like the silent protagonist,
Yeah.
Star Rail develops it, like he talks very infrequently,
But when he does, it's really funny.
Yes.
It's really silly.
and it's like he has more of a personality. And
Yeah.
then Xenophon Zero, it's like Wise is his own character with
he's a
his own
full
background.
character,
Like
yeah.
he is his own character, and that's the same thing with Rover and Wuthering Waves. This
Full
game
character.
this game is comfortably, I would say, like it's comfortably in between like the Trailblazer and then like Wise and Rover.
Yeah.
I agree.
As
Yeah.
far as like
aesthetically, even.
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
he looks very similar to Rover.
You got the white
Yeah.
hair, you got the jacket, yeah.
But like
Very
I
similar.
I think there is something to be said about like I don't think people want the silent protagonist as much anymore.
It's not something that people are looking for anymore. I think
No.
that came
Which
about with
they,
Genshin.
They did that in Arknights Enfield.
Really?
That's a silent
Yeah.
protagonist. I don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I really liked how the main character in NTE would have banter with
Yeah.
people, or like would like it's like if like there's some side character like going off on a tangent, he's like, okay, like to
Yeah,
himself.
yeah. And like,
like,
in a different
what?
scenario, that would be lame. In a first mentioned this episode, in a Expedition 33 setting,
Yes!
Oh,
that
there
would
you
be
go. Every
lame.
episode.
Yeah.
It would be so lame hearing someone that like is 3D rendered is voiced by a like celebrity or like a famous voice actor having a insert like
Dude,
that
they'd be eating
would
it up.
be lame. No, the fans would be eating it up, but it would come across as extremely millennial bait and just like really lame. But in this, it's like
I say they, like, it's not-
it's
like,
like
not us.
it's like anime games.
It's a cartoon.
Anime shows like they do that.
I think it's also
Yeah.
delivered a little differently.
Yeah. It
because
is.
like a lot of times like for it to be like cringe bait, it's like the
Yeah.
fedora guy that's like,
Right.
what are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And
Well,
it's
okay,
like-
okay. I think this is important to mention. Ben, you've watched. I feel like you've probably watched more anime than the rest of us on this couch. Like we've all watched it. Like we have our favorite shows and stuff.
Ben
I
watches
feel like
a
just-
lot of anime.
I feel
I
like
do watch a lot of
that
anime.
you have seen probably
Yeah.
more than the rest of us.
I've
From
seen
someone-
a bit, but
yeah.
like
But I would say out of us.
Yeah, you've
if
probably-
we were
you've
to
seen
put
more,
one
you've seen
to
more.
the
It's my.
You've seen more.
It's
Don't-
my,
don't
Don't
like,
for-
sleep.
kind of
He doesn't
thing.
talk about it as much as you, but he's seen a lot.
I've
Yes.
seen a lot of
yes,
anime.
yes.
yeah.
He's seen more.
So with that though, I want
Yeah.
to kind of hear your perspective on this from that.
Oh, from the perspective of like, I haven't made it very far in the game though.
Okay,
To be
okay.
honest, so like I think
And
the
honestly-
last thing that I did was like I just made it to the dormitory.
Okay, so like
So-
prologue stuff.
The
yeah,
best
yeah.
of the prologue is
Not
yet
even
to
there,
come.
Yeah.
Because like, and I'll say this, I actually will very comfortably say this. When at the very beginning of the game, it throws you into like a lot of gachas do this. It's like the initial crisis. right?
Yeah.
It's kind of setting the plot, and like the very initial characters and like the big like base of like these people who are trying to fight this anomaly or whatever. Like these are the first people you meet, and like you don't meet them since.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's
Yeah.
Which
I'll bring that up later. I'll
which
bring that up
I
later.
actually quite liked because
Okay.
because I actually
Gacha games do that.
I didn't click with the people like at the very
I
beginning.
didn't either.
I didn't click with them. Exactly. So I was like, oh no, like this cast isn't really clicking with me. Like
Yeah.
I'm afraid of like where this is going. And then you go to the city and you go to the
Yeah.
antique shop and
Yeah.
you meet the people there, and I'm like, I click with these people
Yeah.
immediately.
Let's review the story in a minute, like like in its own
Yeah.
kind of segment, because I have some thoughts on that too.
Yeah.
but I want to get back to like Ben's thoughts real quick before, and then come back to that. Yeah,
I feel like a gacha having any good semblance of a story is like
it's rare, but
It-
it's possible.
it's possible. It's pretty rare though. Like if it
Yeah.
has a story that it interests me like at all,
It's like Star Rail and Wuthering Waves, and that's like
the
about it.
bar is really low.
Yeah,
Yeah. I will say this about the game is that I will probably play more, which is more than I can say for almost any of the gacha games that I have.
and it's
played.
Yes.
multiplayer, and
it's
you
yeah,
prefer
it's
multiplayer.
multiplayer.
That's so
which for
crazy.
me, that's why I want to play
Which-
more.
So there we go.
But
There we
dude,
go.
here's the thing though, with gacha games, they're never multiplayer.
Or like it's
Never.
it's very limited multiplayer.
Super limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Like-
think this, it's like you can explore the city together with,
That's
your
like
friends.
that's
Which is all,
insane.
dude. Like us, all four of
Honestly,
us
dude.
in separate cars,
Dude,
That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I
that's
want.
true.
So
dude.
if I
this
Get me in a bright green G wagon. Yeah, I'll drive
The
Get
around.
on
that it's-
NTE. It's time to
Okay.
race.
this is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
The fact that this game is multiplayer is almost as crazy as like potentially like what Destiny was, where
Fair,
it's like
fair.
an MMO looter shooter and a multiplayer thing and a PvP shooter. It's like
You have multiple different genres of playstyle and of
like
gameplay
somehow,
within one.
and it works though.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's like any other time, it's like you have like a Destiny killer. Well, like what's the multiplayer like? What sucks?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, or it's like, or you talk about, can I go from PvE to PvP? Like,
Can I bring
No.
things? Can I bring my loot from one into the other?
No.
No.
Yeah.
that the same level, that is the same level of asking, like dream, like pipe dream asking.
Yeah.
As a gacha game
Yeah.
being fully
Yeah.
multiplayer.
And I will say,
like
like,
that will never
yeah.
happen. And but it's a
That's
thing
the
now.
kind of thing when with former Destiny killers, right?
Uh-huh.
And the one that came to mind for
You see
me
what I mean, though?
immediately,
Like-
yes,
That pipe dream is like, it's not going to happen.
exactly.
It's happening. Like,
And,
what?
and that's what I think about, like, when you talk about a Destiny killer, the model is different. When I think about former Destiny killers, I think of like Anthem, where number one, you have to buy into the game, and when you buy the game, like, that's the game, that's the ceiling. Almost.
Proposed Destiny killers.
Yeah, yeah,
not
yes,
former.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Obviously
And
not.
heavy air quotes,
Right.
Destiny killer.
Obviously
Yeah.
not an
Well-
actual Destiny killer.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, Destiny Killer is just a genre because no game
Yeah,
called
that's
Destiny
true.
other
Yes.
than Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny is like it is its own killer.
And it's always
at
a
this point.
joke.
Destiny
Genre
committed
because
they
suicide.
can't.
It wasn't.
But where,
ever-
Yes,
but where I
yes.
was
So
going
Destiny
with
killer
this
was
point-
Destiny.
Yeah, where
Very
I was
public
going with this
seppuku that
though
it
is
committed.
like
Yes.
with NTE, what we have right now is the floor. This is the
Yeah,
floor
yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
And that's why I hope like and to us to some extent, like, I'm enjoying this game so much, and I'm so impressed by the fact that this is like
Yeah.
a small team
Yeah.
out of Singapore that, like, I don't even know if they made other games before.
Yeah.
But like, they're hitting the ground running in this way, and like, I want them to
Yeah.
take this and run with it, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think like they could have made this so much, like, it could have been so much worse. And,
Yeah.
like, it could have been like, okay, like,
Yeah.
we're shutting down servers in like 6 months. I think this is something that they can really, really build on. I think this is such a concrete foundation that they can just run with it.
It for sure has legs. Now, I do still have some pretty vocal issues with
Yeah.
it. But
Before we-
yeah.
Before we go on though, before we get too far from it, I want to draw this is just like a little side tangent, like the craziest connection between this and Crimson Desert. Which
Okay.
is, we talked about how it's a buffet style game. It's kind of like doing a lot at once, but it works.
Yeah, yeah.
The similarly connecting factor is that both of them have a name where you're like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
What does that have to
That's
do
so
with anything?
true. Dude, it always comes back to the naming convention.
It's the
It really
name.
does always come
yeah,
back to the naming
yeah,
convention.
I like the name. I'm like, oh.
Okay,
like they both have weird names. Like,
for reference for our viewers or anybody who's like if we have any returning listeners or viewers, you know that our last episode was about Crimson Desert. I finished it. I
Yeah.
finished the main quest of Crimson Desert. I still don't know why they named it Crimson Desert. It still has not justified itself.
It's just like a thing.
I have rolled credits on the game,
Dude,
and it still
Bro
has
never
not
made it to the Crimson
justified.
Desert.
this might be a thing we just have to make peace with. That like games are just gonna do this now.
Games are just gonna have bad names.
Are we going from Neverness to Everness?
Like
Who
that's what I mean.
knows?
Like,
What does that
What is,
even mean?
what is the Zenless Zone Zero?
I don't know. Like at
So
least,
bad,
at
dude.
least, like even like
I
if-
know what the
it-
Honkai
it-
Star
yeah,
Rail
I was gonna
is.
say, even if you don't
Yeah,
know Star,
yeah.
at least there's a railway in the stars.
There is a Star Rail.
and it's there because of a greater thing called the Honkai. Like it's
You know, I gotta give credit where credit's
at
due.
least it's like you can go back and say it's called this because of that.
What are the
You know,
Wuthering Waves?
Yeah, what is the
no,
Genshin
dude.
impact?
What is
Yeah.
Fortnite?
What is
Genshin Impact? Never named. Wuthering Waves actually, after you finish the first chapter, there's like a really cheeky like tile drop.
I think they do that. I think
where
they
someone
do.
says the waves wuthering this.
Oh my
And at the
gosh,
no,
bro.
it was
There's
actually.
evil within too.
I will say though, the Wuthering Waves title drop was actually like it was really tough.
I'm gonna kick you to Kingdom Come.
It was actually really tough. It's after you,
Deliverance.
it's after you fight. It's after you finish the Jue like boss fight,
yeah.
and he like
The
basically
what boss fight?
yeah, he's a dragon. He's like a big like Chinese style dragon.
Okay.
And he's like going in and out of the clouds like they're waves.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
talks about how like the time like it was tough.
So
he gives
that
a little
one's good.
like
That one's good.
like a little esoteric poem.
There is
like,
something with NTE I want to briefly
I like that
mention
word.
before we talk about like the story and like cons. Something I thought that also can give it some semblance of legs is the fact that it takes a lot of pre-existing gacha mechanics and
yeah.
it kind of tweaks them in like unique ways.
Dude,
and
yes.
something
That's
I
true.
thought was really cool about it, or like obviously I haven't explored this to like a full extent because I haven't played it much yet. But like, is the actual gacha system,
Dude, I did that. Yes.
because I was like, okay, you know, it's a gacha game. It's time to pull. And then I got put on a board game.
Yeah.
I got put on a board
You're playing,
wait,
you're
no, yeah, I
playing
did
Super
too.
Mario Party.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
literally
put
what
on
I
a
thought.
board game, and I was like, "What is this?"
Anime Mario
Dude.
Party.
It was so
Yeah.
just like they didn't have to do that, but it was
That's
so
true.
unique. And like, I don't know to what extent this is purely just a UI, or to what extent I have genuine agency over the polls themselves.
You know, that's
But
what
it
I was
feels
thinking
like I
too.
do.
But it feels like you do, and
That's fair.
I think that is a winning model, other than just
Absolutely.
watching like the same thing that every other
Yeah.
gacha game delivers. Whoever thought of that idea is a genius.
Absolute, like, huge wrinkly brain, like, super mega
Your
genius.
brain's
Because even-
wrinkled.
Like,
well,
you
genuinely-
get a Denny's maple syrup, like,
Yeah.
Under the table,
yes,
dude. Yeah.
you, like,
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, genuinely, like even if like let's say you don't have like any actual agency over that,
Yeah.
right? Like from a marketing perspective, I think that's brilliant. The fact
it's
that
really
you
good.
perceive
Yeah.
that you have agency over it is going to get people to spend money on it.
Yeah, instead of
That's
doing 10
fair.
pulls,
That's
you
fair.
roll 10 dice, like, I'm like, all
Yeah,
right,
do you-
all right.
just-
Like,
Yeah, I gotta roll.
I am
Hand me the
gambling
D10.
tonight.
That
like,
was
yeah.
actually brilliant.
if
whoever
you're
thought of
gonna
that.
gamble, go all in. Like, I am
Yeah.
rolling the dice.
Give me
Let
an
me
in-game
play
slot
blackjack
machine.
to get polls.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
yeah, if it was slot machines, even that, I feel like
But to
we're
the
going
same
in. Like,
extent, though, I can't even be like this game is trying to like cheat you out of your money, because I think it's true that they actually don't even have a 50-50
they
system
don't.
in this game.
So
Oh, really?
50-50, for those who don't know, is a widespread mechanic in gacha games where it's when you do a certain number of pulls on the gacha thing, you flip a coin. If it's heads, you get the character you want. If it's tails, you get a random other 5-star character. It's a 50-50. You get one or the other. This doesn't have that. If
you get the character you get,
if you get a 5-star, you get the one you want. That's it.
which is brilliant.
Which is so, again, that is such a low bar.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a low bar,
yeah.
But
But
at
like-
least they're crossing it.
For gacha fans, like that's actually a really big
It's
deal.
monumental.
That's a really big
it's
deal.
so predatory in other games.
That's the
I
difference
thought-
between you spending like $10 and like unironically $120.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I saw though that it was like guaranteed S rank in like 20 rolls.
So that's like
something.
like a new player thing.
It's like the starting band
yeah,
type
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
For new players, you're guaranteed your first 5-star within a lower number than normal.
Okay, so just to devil's advocate for all this, as someone that has played some of these games, like I have shamefully about 100 hours in Genshin, and a lot of those hours are just from
the same.
exploring. It's just from exploring.
Yeah,
it's
me
not even
too.
from doing the game or the gacha system. It's literally just exploring because I think the world
Yeah.
was really cool. The music was really good, and I
It
like.
is.
Anyway, that's what
Those
that
are the
is.
two biggest strengths.
Yeah, having played that much in another gacha game and having a little bit of experience in seeing Honkai Star Rail, seeing a little bit of Wuthering Waves, like being familiar with it.
And we've
from
talked
you
about it a
guys.
lot
We've talked
here,
about it a
yeah.
lot. I've played a little bit. I've seen a little bit. In playing this game, I'm gonna say it. The menu system stresses me out. So like I
That's
get
super
where
fair.
you're coming from.
haven't seen it enough yet.
Well, the UI in general, and I get where you're coming from. Where you're like, hey, it's really cool that they have a different visualization of the pull system.
Yeah.
To make people have a different mindset of like, hey, this isn't me spending money. This is instead me like having player agency over this. I get that, and I agree to it to an extent. But at the same time, though, for me, there are. Well, it was funny. I was telling Connor this. There are so many menu systems.
Yeah.
It makes Crimson Desert feel like a N64 game with like a single like solitary menu, or it makes it seem
Yeah.
it makes it seem like a arcade game with like only one single screen. kinda.
Yeah.
like it makes other games that are overly complex.
I think it's gacha brain rot.
Yeah, well,
It
no,
is.
and I'll say this. That is such a good criticism, because when I'm scrolling these NTE menus,
yeah.
the only reason I instinctively know them and know what they are is because they are identical to like almost every
They're
other gacha
similar
menu.
to
Are they?
other-
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
from
Yes.
someone that's played a lot, you're saying
I
you
know-
are seeing
I- yes.
commonalities.
Like, dude, yes, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, when I went
the-
in,
the
I had
Star
no
Rail-
problem navigating.
Yes, like the Star Rail menu, like the
Okay.
ZZZ menu, like almost identical.
Yes.
So as someone that works in like actual e-commerce platforms, it's my part of my actual job, and in like actual like software development and everything, like there's a common term that is decision fatigue.
Yes.
And I feel like if anything is to cause decision fatigue, it is endless menus where there are multiple touch points, and not only is there one place for you to spend money, but there are multiple places where you could accidentally spend money. And I know that's part of the business model.
It is.
I'm fully aware and bought in the fact that I know that is a big part of the system. That's how historically that's how it's been. That's how it always will be. However,
And the never
as someone that
disappearing-
wants to buy in, I like NTE. I like the gameplay model. I like the system. I like the flow of it. I want to be bought in. That is keeping me at arm's
It's
length.
guilty of that. It is guilty
It's
of that.
guilty. Yeah.
I will, and
Yeah.
I will say this as well, is that these type of menu systems are not designed for controller.
No,
No,
they're not.
that's true.
And so
That's true.
they're not designed for controller
mean,
because
yeah.
I was playing.
They are built. They are
it'd be
built
better
for a
on
mouse
mob-
to be going around.
It'd be
and
better
clicking.
on mobile. Like
Yeah, well, that's, and I don't know what came first.
PC.
Yeah.
All
like-
these gacha games. A
From
lot of them.
mobile,
the chicken or the mouse.
Mobile.
Korea, China, Singapore, all these places, PC first, always.
Always PC. Well, I was gonna say
Mobile
I don't.
second.
Yeah.
Yes, mobile second.
and a
Console
lot
last.
of times console last. Yep.
Yes.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I don't know what came first is like this convoluted menu system from the mobile gacha games, then it came to the PC, or if it started in PC.
Dude,
and,
probably
like,
from mobile.
yeah.
Probably
so
mobile
that was
first.
that was
Yeah.
like kind of my thought was that it
Probably
came from
mobile.
mobile first.
Yeah.
Because like
It's easier to spend money on your phone.
yeah, I have not played a ton of PC gacha games, but I have played a number of mobile ones.
Yeah.
And so like I love there's certain games like any of the Idle Tycoon games.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
those.
Egg
yeah.
Inc.
Yeah.
Egg
Fortnite
Inc.
Tycoon
Egg
games.
Yeah,
I
Egg
love Egg
Inc.
Inc.
I love Idle
Dude,
Supermarket.
Bakery Story? What you know about that?
Yeah, dude. So like
Dude,
those type
Angry
of mobile
Birds?
games,
Yeah.
I love those. I love those mobile games, and so like,
Yeah.
but I haven't really done much on the PC realm of things,
Right. Right.
Or even with like really any anime style games.
Yeah.
So, but I will say that I do think that initially the menus are very confusing.
Yeah.
But when you have to pack so many different systems, because like they have, there is, because the point is there is always another thing to roll or another event
Yeah.
to do be
Yeah.
a part of.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Right. So it's like, so then what they do is there's like 40 events going on.
Yeah.
And each one has an individual menu
Yes.
and has an individual rolling board and has an individual item like that you can get. And then you like take, so then you go and the whole gameplay loop, especially in these gacha games, is like
yeah.
you're just doing the events and getting all the awards. And then you're like, and then you're cycling through the events.
Yeah.
And then you take all this stuff and then you upgrade your characters and then you complete the story and then you come
yeah.
back and you do all the events.
So
Right.
what they
Yeah.
want before they get your money, what they need is your time. And so a lot of times it's like, yeah, so at the bare minimum, like most skeleton level, what you need for a menu on a gacha game is characters, team, inventory, pull banner. You need your database. You need a link to the website. You need camera, and you need like something else usually
Yeah.
like your mailbox,
A mailbox and maybe like a friend thing.
and then your friends. That is the skeleton bare minimum
So-
level of.
so-
but then you click on the events. Again, 6 events running. There's 6 events running now.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And that's
You
not
have an
even
entire
that's not
sub-menu.
even the archived events from earlier that you can
no,
go back and
that's
replay.
the ones
There's
that
like
are just
35
happening
of those.
today.
Yeah.
Like right now.
And so that
For the next 4
all of
hours.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's time. Yeah.
And guess what? If
Yeah.
you do this one, you get rewards. You do the second one, you get rewards. Like,
But
It's-
there's
it's-
always a cap though. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like you can only do a certain amount of stuff in your free time play.
but hey,
And
if
then
you-
you hit
yeah.
this cap.
but if you spend $1,
yeah, and then you're like, but I'm so close, and they're like, get this pack, it's 99% off.
Like,
And then you're
alright,
like,
fine.
okay,
It's
I'll spend
$3.
$1.
Like,
I'll
okay.
spend $1. Who cares? It's 99 cents.
Yeah.
And then now you're sucked.
Boom.
In. That
I mean,
first
yeah,
purchase.
They got your first dollar.
That's the
Yeah.
business
Singaporean
model.
dollar.
Me
at
millionth
whole.
dollar, like-
and
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, I get. So I mean, everybody says like the whole thing where you see someone doing something and you're like, yeah, it's predatory, but get that bag, I guess. This is one of those situations where I'm like, I understand the get that bag mindset.
Yeah.
I get that to a certain degree. However, the difference is when you have multiple sub menus, you have different ways to get to them. You have like, okay, for instance, on the controller, we're talking, you have the main menu button, you have the middle button, and then you have your phone that you could pull
Your
up.
phone, yeah.
So you have two
And you have
different
the
sub menus.
you have the quick
and then-
menu.
Yes, yeah. And so you have multiple places that each of those menu systems have sub navigations for them.
Yeah, they do.
And then not only that, but like each of those sub navigations has a different button that activates. So certain menus will be like, okay, press circle to activate this, and then you go to the next thing. This one will be like, press square to activate this, and you go to the next
And then
thing.
you push
This one will
X.
be press X to activate this. Oh, you spent $20 accidentally.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like-
and so it's like,
Yeah, you push ding ding ding. It's like confirm purchase. Like, wait,
when did I even
What?
initiate that?
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of one of my big gripes. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: is I'm not saying that as a gripe against this game specifically, because that is it's a general thing
It's a
with
plague
this
in the whole
genre.
industry,
It
yeah.
is.
It's the industry, it's the genre as a whole, and so I'm not saying that to hold that against NTE. I'm just saying that as someone that normally doesn't play these games, I am not tuned into this general like familiarity with this menu system and knowing how to go from one thing to the other thing.
Yeah.
Tuning certain things out, understanding other things just by default. It's not learned behavior for me.
Yeah.
It's unfamiliar, it's foreign, and as someone that wants to buy into this game, that is a roadblock for
for
me.
sure, yeah.
And I think something that's really interesting about
For a lot
it
of people, I think it is.
is,
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, a lot of these cons of NTE as far as like gacha system menus, like they are endemic of the gacha system, like as a whole.
Yeah.
And
That's
to
a
that
good word.
effect,
Yeah.
and to that effect, I think NTE is making positive strides in that regard.
Okay.
Regarding like getting rid of the 50-50. I think
Yeah,
for
there
a
you go.
gacha,
That's something.
That's really like
It is.
Like Connor can attest, that's really big.
It's really big.
Yeah, that's
That's-
not a con.
It is a great trend I like to see.
But at the same time, you know, and like we said, like this isn't just NTE. A lot of games are like this. There is a very minimal, if any, like onboarding for these very
Yeah.
confusing menus.
I mean-
they almost assume the prior knowledge, and it's like, yeah, for people like me
They're
and
like,
Connor,
there's
I'm
no way.
navigating these menus like a breeze because like I
Okay,
know.
yeah,
all
okay.
this.
For me, it's the same old. Like whatever. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, I gotta say though, as someone that just did this yesterday, and as someone that like it is part of my job to like initiate
Yeah.
onboarding and try to find a way to get users to use something and understand user behavior. This game does have onboarding. It does have
little bit.
menus that tell you what to do. The issue, they're text heavy.
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 lines of dialogue, that's 4 lines of dialogue.
That's a lot.
And that's 4 lines of dialogue over and over and over
should
and
be
over again that you are clicking through
rule's
to try to
3.
get out of
It
it to
should be
get back
3
to the
max.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that there's an inconsistency with their onboarding process with each of these menu systems. I think it would almost do better to have it narrated where maybe it makes sense within the I'm solutioning while we're talking about a review for this game, but at the same time I think it bears saying that there are issues with this game that like it's just that it is text heavy.
If anyone's hiring in the industry,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You go
dude.
to Singapore.
I'm a professional in the field, if you will, and it's like I'm familiar with what it looks like to go through these and to like understand users' perspectives and people from different
it's a very
from
common.
different
It's a very common
backgrounds.
problem. If you think you have a good system,
You probably don't, unless you have actually gone and had like discovery calls and had like
Yeah.
these user testing sessions.
don't.
And that's a big thing. I feel like a lot of these games assume behaviors based off of other established games in the same industry, and so they're like, oh well, this game does it, so we can do it. When it's just borrowing bad habits and bad behaviors
is.
from existing games.
Unfortunately, a lot of games do that
Yeah.
too. Like, it's not even just gotchas. Like,
Yeah.
something that comes to mind for me is like sports games.
Yeah.
So,
Sport game, ball game.
So guilty of that.
Yeah,
A lot of
card
I
games.
can't even think of the last game I played that had a good onboarding system.
Genuinely, no. Especially not a game like
Yeah.
this.
Okay, you know what? For me, last game I played that had a good onboarding system, Ghost of Yotei. Honestly,
I'm surprised. And that's a sequel.
It's a sequel,
That's
but and it has the benefit of coming after Ghost of Tsushima, which also had a really good onboarding where it took time.
It did.
into
Oh,
each
it
new
very
thing.
much took its
It
time.
you got
You went
to
on like a
live
whole
in
quest just to learn a mechanic.
Yes.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Okay. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
So essentially,
Simple enough.
the solution here is, even if you have so many things to learn, you don't give them all at once. You don't show your hand on the first turn. You wait turns. You wait several rounds to show your next hand. And in
Persona
a way,
5 does that.
really,
Very much so.
In a way, Crimson Desert kind of does that. But Crimson Desert is
Yeah.
just as guilty of being systems heavy, systems full and complex, and there's too much to do sometimes. I love the game. 8, I think, is my final score for that. Still, it's like there's a lot to do. There's almost too much at times, and I think that it gets to a point where it's like, even if you space them out by one quest per new ability, per new UI, description, like, per thing, and you space it out by, like, let's give it like a 5 minutes per quest. You have 5 minutes for this, 5 minutes. Even then, over time, that stacks up, and then you get decision fatigue regardless.
It does.
And so, anyway, I feel like we spent too much time on this. I want to talk about the story.
Wait, I
Yeah.
will say though.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
will say though that, to NTE's credit, it is better UI and systems wise than Where Winds Meet is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. That's true.
By a long
That's
shot.
true.
Yeah.
Where Winds Meet was brutal.
No, you're
I mean,
very right on that.
That's like, you need, like, this game. It's like, it's recommended you've played a gacha before, so you can navigate these. That's like you need to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
If
No,
you
it's
have
you
it-
just you have like
Yeah.
you have to have played other
You have
like
to have like a master's
Chinese
degree.
games before
Yeah,
to play.
yeah.
Where
Honestly,
Winds
just
Meet.
like a
you have
Chinese
to know
yes.
Mandarin.
Specifically Chinese games, like, and the way they prefer to make their games, like,
Yeah.
Dude, it was brutal trying to go through the systems and menus.
Oh
and
my
just
goodness.
to get rid of the notifications.
And that's like the beginning.
It
You
was
have to have
literally
Weibo
like-
you don't
stat,
even
like, on
know.
your
like
phone.
you have to like
goodness.
if you have a problem with being overstimulated, like you have to be fine with always having like
Oh,
a red
no.
exclamation
No.
mark.
Yes,
Like,
dude. That drives me nuts.
So-
That's a big thing. Is like,
Dude,
a lot of
no,
games.
that's my
I feel
problem.
like,
It drives me nuts too.
yeah, a lot of games make it really hard to get. Okay, Rivals.
I need a clear all button. I need a clear all button.
Yes.
Guess where
A lot of
Rivals
ga-
was made?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of games
Get rid
make
of
it
the
really
exclamation
difficult
marks.
to find a way to get rid of all your notifications, because they're like, yo, you have to check this and this and this and this and this and this to get to the point where you don't
And
have
so-
notifications anymore.
Yeah,
and
but
these
now I
games
know
are very
everywhere
guilty.
where I can spend money now. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Now I'm aware everywhere where my
Every menu I can spend
credit
money
card
on.
information is being
Mao
asked
is
for.
rolling in his grave.
The real question is, when are they going to bring the gacha system to Fortnite?
Oh,
I mean, I'm shocked they haven't yet.
Yeah,
Let me
Fortnite-
also
Fortnite needs to get more
let me
Chinese.
roll for skins, dude.
Dude,
I mean,
Dude.
dude, if they introduced that, it would be game over for certain parents.
They
Because,
would
parents should have,
actually
their
make a lot
wallets
of money.
They
on,
would- they
like,
would
the
make a
family
boatload of money,
PlayStation.
but-
Yeah.
because there are rare skins. Like, there are very rare
yes,
skins.
they
like,
would make so much money, but
They're
it
like,
would be like CS:GO.
You'll
at
be
what
guaranteed-
cost? At what cost?
People would be selling accounts like it was Counter-Strike.
yeah,
Yes,
you'll
yes.
you'll be guaranteed to get the PS4 exclusive skin after $5,000
I would
spent.
actually
Literally.
Guys, I'll send my PS5.
Day
I blew
one.
leader on
I
here.
hate
Yeah.
I hate Epic and I hate Fortnite, but like I would actually like I couldn't even associate.
yeah. At least they don't stoop that low. Okay.
Yes, thank
okay.
Christ.
I want to talk about. So we were talking about general UI. We're talking about the systems, the menus, and stuff like that. I want to branch out and talk about story a little bit, because I feel like my first big negative.
I don't know
is
enough, so this is
story
all you guys.
wise, and me
Well,
and Jason
it
have done
is
the most.
mostly probably just me and Nathaniel.
And so, I want to start out by saying a few I have a few positives and a few negatives. Let me go and state those real quick.
and it's
then
also
I'll
worth
let you
saying like
rebut.
we're not far at all.
No, we're definitely not far. We're like chapter 2 at the most.
Right, we're like
basically.
I have-
just finished chapter
I will
1.
say, from
I'm
an,
still in the prologue.
from an anime perspective,
in the tutorial.
I had an issue with the intro,
Okay.
just because so fast you're in the middle,
a lot of
Yes.
gachas. Stuff.
Yes.
right? Like it would have been so good.
it
Have
was-
you guys seen
yeah.
Zom 100?
No.
I haven't seen it, but I know of what it is.
Okay, so like the entire first episode is just like normal life. Okay, it's
Yes.
like 18 minutes
Yeah.
of just like
Yeah.
hanging out. I hate my job at the
Slice of
office.
life.
And then the eclipse
Yeah, slice of
happens.
life.
Like
Literally.
yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
he's like, I think I'm gonna quit my job because I just want to travel, like all
Yeah.
this stuff. He's like working up the courage,
Yep.
and then boom, zombie apocalypse happens.
Okay.
In the
Right.
last like 2 minutes.
In the last like 30 seconds, and you're like, wait, what?
That's really funny though.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Which you like knew was gonna happen, though,
Right,
Because
right.
the name of the show is called Zombie.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
100
it's coming.
zombies.
So
yeah.
like you know that it's gonna happen, but then you're kind of like thrown for like a loop. So like
Yeah.
Even then, yeah. You're throwing
even
for a loop.
then, right? So
Yeah.
like, but it was like you had 5 seconds of a guy looking at his phone, and then he looks up at the rain, and a thing drops in his eye.
And it's not the main character. It's
Well,
just
they
like,
don't- they don't know
it's
what's
a
going on
random
either.
person. Like
we're talking about the game now. Just to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is
clarify.
NT.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
this
NT,
is like
yeah.
the
No,
very
yes, you're right.
intro, very intro into
yeah,
the game.
this apocalypse happens.
This
like,
apocalypse happens. You get
Oh.
zero semblance of world building to start out. You get zero like anything.
Modern world, sure. Okay.
It's like I don't really know where we are, what this is,
Yeah.
who are all like what's happening, who are all these people, all this stuff, and then just boom, apocalypse is happening.
yeah,
Super tough animation, honestly.
really
though,
good
for, like-
animation
very good
itself.
better,
Like,
Yeah.
really
better than
cool.
better than I thought it was going to be. Like again,
Yeah.
but also
you know,
like
this is not like a
consistently
Hoyo.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just the first cutscene.
You're
that
right.
was
You're
good.
right. It's throughout.
It was consistently like
Yeah.
it was good.
In
So,
brief-
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to say that what Ben was saying is part of my first point.
Yeah.
With the story is the fact that really interesting concept, and then we're like, oh, so the city is destroyed, the world is destroyed.
Yeah.
Cuts to the main character, to the main story. City's normal. There's some monsters here and there.
Well, it
City's
does-
normal.
they do-
Even if they did
I
explain,
guess it's like another borough of the city.
yeah,
I don't
even
know.
if they did
Wait,
explain that
yeah.
we're in a
No.
different location, they didn't do a good enough job where I was like, "Oh, that was
Wait, no,
there."
they-
yeah,
this
it,
is
sorry.
it wasn't definitive.
Sorry, wait.
Yeah. Like
They,
I don't.
They did say it.
Wait.
but
I didn't know if there was,
it
like,
was
a
too
time
quick
skip.
if they did.
So okay,
I didn't
Let me
catch
listen.
it if they did.
So at the
3
beginning,
out of 4 of us did not catch that.
okay.
that they said
So
that
at the
then.
beginning, it was the like the 0 hour like event. Like this thing happens. Actually, it wasn't the 0 hour because people that show up are like, oh, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
So you have the 3 agents show up. They've said they've seen this before.
right.
They take care of this thing, and then it says like 10 hours later, and then it shows your character showing up, and you do something, and everyone's like, what the heck? And so then it says like 7 weeks later,
Yeah, there's a big. I think what
And
it
then
is
it-
like
and
there's
then
a
it's-
huge anomaly,
yes.
and he closes it.
and then
We don't know why.
7
Yeah.
weeks later, like or whatever, you're at the agency of the people that saw you do it, and they're like, yo, what was that?
And you're
And
like-
so
you're
then
like-
they said they were like, you were there. You don't know why you were there. We don't know why you were there, but you did this thing, and that is really eyebrow raising.
And I think you
So-
were. I think you were in prison during those like 7 weeks.
And so they're like,
They
we're
put
gonna
you in
make.
jail.
So they're like,
Yeah.
because no one else knows you can do this, we're gonna force you to sign a contract,
Yeah.
so that we can control you. And now that we control you, we're gonna send you to the city real quick. Like we're gonna send you there, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna have
like-
you lay low until we need you.
yeah. And so that was the
Yeah, that
opening.
was basically what it was.
And-
but like it was
So
fast.
you have a collar on you, but you are basically like, all right, go have fun. Like,
and Nathaniel, I'll say
Yeah.
this: this is very standard.
Okay.
gacha
that was
stuff.
more story than some
like,
others.
like for me and Connor, and like for Ben and Nathaniel, you're like, and like obviously like this is a con, but like you're almost like too AAA brained for like the Chinese gacha mind, where it's like
Yeah,
this is just
yeah.
how it is at first.
you should be happy to just dangle a carrot. Like all right.
and then what these games do,
And the
is
carrot
they
has
build-
jiggle physics, like, just-
they build on themselves. It's like they have this like super chaotic intro, so like establish like, oh hey, pick your character, he's in this cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, what's your name? Sign the contract, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like you
Yeah,
build
what's
from
your
there.
your player name? Like
you
your
have-
username?
You have top jiggle physics or lower jiggle physics. You got
Yeah.
you got to pick
Nope,
one.
we only got one. Sorry, we got high. Like sorry.
And that's why like I totally
Yeah.
understand why you would be really critical at the beginning, but that's why like I'm hesitant to do that.
Okay. Okay.
It actually has a really strong beginning compared to
yes,
most
but
gacha slop.
in my opinion, the beginning for me picks up when you get to the antique shop, and I thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So,
I
so
thought that
let
was
me
great.
Let me
Gachas
continue with where
they
where I was
notoriously have
Yeah.
very slow beginnings.
Okay, but okay. I get that there was some level of a description, but You had 3 characters that you play as at the very beginning when you join.
Yep.
To introduce
Yeah,
you to
wolf
the
guy, purple hair girl, and short girl.
rat girl and no rat girl. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
like you have that, and then it transports you into the back. It's just that I understand where you guys are coming from. I understand that this is like I understand now what is standard and what is not standard, what to expect, what not to expect, this kind of stuff. Even still,
it
didn't spend enough time.
It's a low bar.
It didn't spend enough time world building or establishing.
Totally.
I did not skip through.
No.
I did not press X. I did not skip through any of the story stuff, any of the dialogue.
Yeah,
I read and watched all the dialogue.
Yeah.
And even still,
Dude, that's saying
an
something.
hour into the game, I forgot that was the case.
Yeah.
And it wasn't reinforced.
No.
Narratively or thematically, it was not reinforced that this is the same area, if it was, or how this character has connections to these characters outside of, here's like the world, here's like the building, here's these people coming, like the wolf guy and the other 2 girls come back from the mission, you get to see them briefly, and then you're going on the elevator up to the room and up there, and then we're going to immediately have the camera focus in on the main lady's butt.
But
the
buns on screen.
Yeah,
like,
buns on screen immediately. And also,
that.
everybody's the same age. And if they're not the same age, then convince me otherwise. Because they
Everyone's
all have the same
around
face.
19 years old.
Yeah, everyone is between 19 and 24.
no matter
years
how
old.
old or young they look, they're all
19 to
yes.
24. That is everybody's
That's
age
the
range.
player base.
I know, but like, it is
They're
the
all
intended
30.
player
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
It is the non-spending player base, but the player base that spends money is well above that. It's
or well below that.
yeah.
Don't be playing. There's a rating system. You can't be playing that.
Anyway, all that to say that that's my first big negative is the fact that we had all this establishing stuff with like the city and the issues going on, and then we have like a time jump, and even if the time jump was on screen, it wasn't, like I said,
It's
the
not justified.
key thing. Yeah, justified. Reinforced.
I didn't even really
You
know
have to reinforce.
There was a time jump. I remember.
And I bring this up
I
because
did it last night.
I bring this up because of Crimson Desert. Having just played Crimson Desert, where it also jumps around in the timeline, and it is also inconsistent with that.
Yeah.
You have to have a level of reinforcement, and I don't want to be the kind of person where it's like, you need to make sure that you're always pandering to the people that are on their phones during this and that aren't paying attention. I'm not saying that. I'm saying bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, before you exit the prologue, have a tie back to where it started. Reminder of this is where you came from, this is where we are now, this is where we're going, but connect them in some way. That's what I'm saying, like, narratively.
So normally this is a problem that happens with live service games.
Yeah.
Because you have like, here's some story content.
Yeah.
Now you have to wait a month before
Destiny seasons.
I mean,
back in the like height of Destiny 2 when we were all playing these,
there is like a suspension of disbelief that you have to have.
And gachas are particularly guilty of this.
I will say though, no, it's okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Real
I was
quick.
gonna say Star Rail doesn't do that.
No, Star Rail does that. Star Rail does that.
No, Star Rail.
See the
I'm saying-
Amphorius.
No. I'm saying Star Rail does the thing where it's like, you know exactly why you're here and where you're going and why you're going. That they line that out very clearly.
I have a question.
That's at least they do that.
What is the number one hook for like a gacha game for people?
Well, that's the thing. It's genuinely different for everyone.
They do surveys.
Physics.
They do regular surveys to the player base.
They do.
As to why you play their game.
Yeah.
They will say if you do the survey, you'll get in-game currency. They're like, do you play it? Do you play it for the story? Do you play it for the characters? Do you play it for the grind? For like the skill ceiling? Like they don't know.
It's different for everyone. Really.
They basically will make a game, and they'll have to see what audience gravitate towards it.
They make a game, throw it to the wind, or like, who's playing it?
They literally have to do surveys to figure out who is playing this. Like which audience do we attract? So I don't know.
I mean, for
All
me,
over the place.
for me, it's like a combination of like, I like the world. You know, I'm interested in like the mechanics and like
Yeah.
the characters and the story.
Same.
But then there are some
Yeah.
people where it's like, oh, I just want to min max my characters and like I just want to grind.
Oh,
Like,
I just want like in person like gooner bait.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah,
think-
there are some
I think
people
there's
like
a
that,
good
too,
amount of
yeah.
it's that too.
The
Yeah.
ol-
Personally, the game's not gooner enough for me.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
not. It's not.
Like,
Brother, hop on Rivals.
Like the only game I min max like stats is like Star Rail. Everything else like
you have to almost.
like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I play NT. I play NT because it's feature rich and
It is.
because
It is.
the city is
vibrant and full.
Very
City's
cool.
really cool. Okay, really quick. Okay,
And
I
multiplayer. And multiplayer.
I
Wait,
want to move to the next
Before
thing.
we move on from this topic,
Well, because this is the same topic, but I'll let you go ahead.
okay, I was just gonna say like one of the things that's been really kind of like attention grabbing for me is
Attention.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
no,
man?
it has been like the sidekick characters that have been
Okay.
like throughout of like
That's it's
Nelly.
funny you mention that. That's my literal next positive. But go ahead and finish your thought first.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say like when you go to the antique shop, there's
Yes.
that
I
Yes.
love
that
I haven't even been there yet.
who's
I-
the dude with the TV head, like whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Tagido.
The Tagido.
That was such a unique character
Yes.
Yeah.
for a gacha game like this, where it's like
his name?
you're not building on a
Tagido.
Taygedo, I think.
Something like that.
Tagida, and so like Tagida, and then also there's like the crab as the bell when you
That was
Yes,
first
really
walk
that was
funny.
in.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Which is like-
they did
like
not have to do that.
Tagido.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
all these like little creative
The
moments
fact
where
that you
I'm like,
fought Tagido, the boss
yeah,
fight.
you also
No,
fought
I know.
Tagida.
So you got that? Okay.
Yeah. No, I've done that. Like I made
Yeah.
it past that and
was
into the,
funny.
when you get to the
I like that.
dormitory to like start
I know,
doing the
it
gacha
was
system.
funny.
It was.
Like, this
Okay,
game,
yeah, he
this
looks
game
silly.
has a personality.
Yeah, so
It
like
does.
that's what's been grabbing me, but it's
Yeah.
also like it took me I don't know, I guess I played like an hour and a
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
before I got to
It took me an hour to get there.
to get there where I was like, oh, there's some like really kind of cool, like
Exactly.
fun little things in here.
It's endearing.
Right.
That for me is like when you get to the antique stop, I'm like, this is where the game starts.
Yeah.
For me.
And I think we all have the same positive there because, like,
So,
for me, one of the
yeah.
big positives is the fact that not only that side cast of characters and the fact that they are all already connected to each other.
Yes,
because a
it
lot of games
works.
don't do that. A lot of games like make you learn and like introduce yourself to characters over times. This is already an established group that knows each other and has established relationships, but you have character like progression meters of your relationship with these characters that can grow over time.
That's really cool.
And then you can eventually unlock these characters.
So-
but the important thing is the fact that you can grow your relationship with them and you can then be them over time, but like you can also just become closer to them. It's like that is such
So-
a good like adaptation,
Yeah.
adaptation or evolution of previous games like this.
How slow or
Yeah.
fast? Like,
Like
I
Genshin didn't have that.
I
Yeah,
saw
right,
that
right.
existed. Like I went into a random store and I saw
Yeah.
a little icon. It was like you can invite someone here. I was like, oh, I can, but like they're like you're not level 8. I was like, oh, okay. Like
okay.
I don't know if you've like interfaced with it enough, but like, does it seem like ranking up characters bond level? Like, will that take a while?
So
It could.
I
could.
am not 100% sure. I think the game, like for example, I'm rank 4 with Mint, but I think the game like automatically puts you at like rank 4 with Mint.
Okay, yeah. Like
Because-
I would
Yeah,
be
she's
fine.
just
like,
in love with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
She's just,
I'm
she's
saying
like
this
already a
because
bruz.
I would be fine if it takes a long time
Yeah.
because
So
like
did Chiz.
it's like Persona, like you know when you get like rank 8 with someone, it's like
Yeah.
I earned this. Like
Yes.
Right.
I earned this.
I would the character that I saw and I was immediately like, I like you, was Daffodil, the bodyguard.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
her and I was like,
Which
if
was
you
she
look
in?
on the right of the corner, like the girl with like the purple hair.
That's the most
she's
Jason
cool.
coded character in
I
this
know.
game.
I know.
Oh, she looks
I-
like
I
she looks
saw-
like Yolan from Genshin. Yeah,
I saw her and I was like, I like you.
she looks
Yeah.
like Yolan.
So I got her. Like
Oh,
I did the
Yeah.
standard banner and like basically the standard banner was like after you do a certain amount of pulls, which by the way it's this is different from most gachas.
Okay.
And like only those who know gachas will like get this.
Mm-hmm.
But like so on the standard banner, typically it's like you're doing pulls. And like when you get to 300 total pulls,
Yeah.
you can just pick one.
pick a 5-star.
But in this game, it's like
Interesting.
you do 30 pulls, you get to pick one.
that's crazy.
So I
When
did
I
30,
downloaded
and I
the
picked
game-
Daffodil. I was like, yeah, it's awesome.
When I downloaded the game, it said I got 120 free pulls.
They say that it's overtime.
I
It's
didn't.
overtime.
I haven't gotten a
yeah,
single.
it's like well, if you do
it's
if you do
overtime.
all of the content in the game, you'll have 120
But
pulls.
like,
Yeah, that's what it is.
If you check your mail
Yeah.
and like you check login stuff, like there is a
So-
hefty amount there already, but it's over time.
On the
a
note,
lot of them will say that.
and this is a quick note, but on the note of those who know gotcha things,
Yeah.
something that I also noticed is that do you see what happens when you get copies of the same character?
Yeah, the item ones are different. You can
So-
just pick whichever one you want.
So normally, when you get copies of the same character, they upgrade, and it's like very scripted. You can get like 6 of the same character, and it upgrades them sequentially. But in this game, if you get to choose how the character, instead of being like a flat path of
Like
upgrades.
E1, E2, E3.
Yeah, level
E4,
1, level 2, level 3,
E5,
level 4.
E6.
It's
Yeah.
like level 1, choose one of 6 upgrades.
You could just pick E6.
Level 2,
What?
choose one of 6 upgrades. Level
So
3,
it's not like
choose
you have
one-
to get the character 6 times to get like the E6 buff.
No.
You can just pick it.
it's just you get it 6 times. You get to have all 6, but you get them once. You just picked which one is best for
Which
you.
again,
Yeah.
for gachas, like that's
Unbelievable.
that's
That is
unheard of.
That's actually a level of build crafting in a gacha.
Yeah,
That's like-
yeah.
That's like crazy.
Where like typically that would be behind like a heavy
A
grind,
paywall.
a heavy grind
Yeah.
wall or a heavy paywall. This
Yeah.
it's like no.
They're like, no, you need to upgrade this
No,
character
but it's like,
to
do
level
you like this
125.
character to get all 6? Then get all 6. But
Seven.
if it's like, or it's like, is there one that's meta? Just get him once.
And guess what? You can also switch it. You can switch it at will.
You can switch
That's
it at
really nice.
That's
will.
crazy.
And there's
That
no,
is crazy.
there's no like, here's a secret, 5th currency that you have to use to like change. No, just do it at will.
I haven't gotten Will yet.
Like that's insane because it's like normally, yeah, there would be another secret currency to spend to like change that upgrade.
Oil Starro.
Nope, you don't have to do that. Another gotcha specific thing is that I went to look at the character skins.
There's a million skins, and you can bet them with
There's
credits.
a lot. There's a lot.
So there's character skins, and you don't have to pay real money for all of them.
Yeah.
I looked at them, and it was like, for this character, you get one for ranking up their bond level. You get one for, as you pull on the banner, like on the gotcha banner, you'll just passively accrue. It's like, you just have to pull X many times. You just get it. So it's like, after you pull this many times, here's a skin. Like,
Yeah.
just have it.
You get one for like going left and right really fast on the joystick.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, one of
these
them...
These are just like healthy,
Yeah.
healthy mechanics.
Yeah.
That,
like one of them is like in-game credits, like your in-game
Yeah.
like currency that you just get
Yeah.
and you don't do anything, you forget about.
Yeah.
a lot of gacha games would completely overlook this, or just like
Would never do that.
toe the gacha line.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as like all the other games aren't doing this, like why,
Yeah,
why
and then
would
like
we?
one out of like 5 skins was like you can pay money for this one. Actually, for another character, I've never seen this before except for like Warframe. Not even that. It's like there was a skin, and it's you could either pay the in-game currency that you earn or real money. Like you could like
Yeah.
spend money, your dollars, and earn it, or you could like do the in-game like credits and
Yeah.
buy it. It's whichever one you choose.
Yeah.
Either one.
Which
Like
is
Yeah.
healthy.
that's never happened.
It's
That's such a low bar.
It's enforcing a behavior that I think is like it's still a consumerist mindset, but
Very much
it's
so.
still it's less predatory than it could otherwise be.
A
It is-
gacha is a consumer game.
It is, and it's like you have to take the good with the bad, and so I think that
Yes.
that's why we have to give
It is
credit where
a
credit's due.
long-awaited step in the right direction.
Real quick, we've been talking about this for a minute. I want to go into gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, let's
in
do it.
systems.
Let's do
because
it.
like I think that we need to talk about some of these cool things. I'll start. I think maybe we go around. I'll start. The combat's fun. It's not new. It's like again, like we were saying, it's like Wuthering Waves and
ZZZ
and Genshin
combined.
and ZZZ.
Yeah, like-
It's like a
I
lot of
would
those.
throw Genshin out of the equation at this point.
I bring it in because it's like the fact that you have multiple characters that you can switch
The only
between
thing
combat.
the only thing Genshin has is elemental reactions.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
At this
yeah.
point in time.
Well, it has. Well, this game has the elemental reactions.
All right, never mind.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed that. Like it has the elemental
Yeah.
reaction.
I didn't know that.
It has the elemental reactions of Genshin with the character switching and like tag in, tag out
quick,
of,
like-
of Wuthering Waves.
Yes.
With the parries and the dodges of Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah.
And they all blend pretty well.
That's so crazy.
I think they blend very well, and I really like how it feels, and it feels really cool to switch between 4 different characters mid combat, and the fact that you have different,
Yeah.
like
And-
you have your main attack, you have your chargeable side attack, you have your ultimate, you have your group ultimate.
Yeah,
where-
I saw
yeah.
that. I saw that. So
Which is
this,
really
there's,
cool.
there's a part in like with the antique store where like you're
Yeah.
playing as all 4 of the characters, dude. It was like a Persona all-out attack.
Yeah,
I was like,
yes,
what
really.
is this?
Yes, it was.
That's
it
so
was.
funny because they have that in Wuthering Waves, but it's only in one game mode.
Okay,
It's like
yeah.
they're basically their version of the simulated universe. Like it's their one little side game mode. You have like the all out like full ultimate. Like
Yeah,
It was awesome.
It
I
can
was like,
happen
what?
during any fight. In
that's
the
like
story.
that.
Yeah, it
That's
was
so
so
cool.
cool.
And
That's
so,
so
like,
cool.
the overall, the combat, the pacing of it, the feeling, the responsiveness of it feels really cool in any fight that you're in, where you're like, yeah, everything feels it feels manageable because you always have at least 4 characters. All those 4 characters have their own things that they're doing. They have different like pluses and minuses and like positives and negatives. It feels really cool. I think that like the combat in general is one of the things that's probably going to keep me coming back to it.
Yeah.
But combat is like one thing. There's so many other things, like the driving. Again, the driving it didn't need to be there, but it's like it is a big open city. It's
Yeah.
an urban area.
I've only ever seen the urban area. Like there's more.
Apparently there's more.
much more.
And
I
it's
was
like the
just
urban
driving
area alone is so fun to drive around.
That's crazy.
It feels good. It feels visually distinct from.
I've only been in, like,
section
one
to section
block.
of the city. I know,
dude,
right?
Dude,
yeah.
it's not even just the cars. Like there's mopeds, and you can drive like in
Yes.
in like the actual
sidewalks.
like boroughs, like on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
What?
Which is really cool. The fact that there's multiple cars to unlock. The fact that you can GTA kick someone out of their car
Yeah.
politely,
Requisition,
requisition it. Really cool. The fact that there's like so many cars throughout the world, and technically any one of them you could get in theory, which is also ridiculous for this kind of game.
Ridiculous.
It's extremely like not normal. It's breaking the typical
very
like
ridiculous.
It's so cool. The driving does not feel bad. Like
doesn't feel bad at all.
I do not prefer driving games, but I've played a whole lot of them
Yeah.
because my son loves watching them, and so because of that, I've played more driving games than I've ever played in my life in this past year.
Yeah.
And so with that, having experienced a lot of driving mechanics and like overall controller
You know the
scheme,
feel,
button,
yeah.
button theming of it, I know what it feels like to play a good versus a bad driving mechanics. It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
it's good.
shouldn't feel this good.
I
For
know.
this kind of
For
game,
this
where this
kind of
isn't
game,
the main thing. It should not feel
I
this
was
good.
shocked.
It feels very good.
I was shocked.
And there's
Like,
also
they can't keep
racing.
getting away with this. Like
They get away with everything. It's like there's racing too. It's like all I have done is just driven around the city for the heck of it, just to get from point A to point B. There's racing.
I'm gonna race you guys.
I did the racing, and they're like unique maps for the racing as well.
Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool.
This is so much stuff that they didn't have to do.
and like we said, this is
And
the floor.
That's what I was just about to say. This
Yeah.
is the floor of the game, and that's why like I am
Are
imploring.
they gonna put custom maps in?
I
Like,
know. Like I am imploring people.
Yeah.
Like this game, like if they build on this could
This could
break
be
in-
the-
this
this
could
could be
break
big
into
three.
like the big 3.
This could be big. It could bump out ZZZ from the big.
It
three.
could. It does.
This is
Yeah.
coming at the time where last episode we talked about Fortnite and their financial struggles and pulling away game modes.
Yeah.
This is bringing in another like sandbox game with driving at a time where Fortnite is deleting their driving.
Yeah, they're
thing.
looking to phase out.
free to play with multiplayer, by the way.
Like
Yeah.
And when you said,
you could do something here
Yeah,
like
you can text and drive. You can be driving and then open your
Yeah.
phone. And,
like
I don't know.
you could put a custom race mode in and
Yeah.
rug pull Fortnite. Like
Yeah.
that'd be crazy.
and it's
would be
funny that
insane.
you mention like it could bump out ZZZ, and like I actually wrote this down talking about
Yeah.
like the city of Heathrow in here. It's like to a large extent the open world feeling of Heathrow is what I wanted New Eridu to feel like in Zenless Zone Zero.
Dude,
Yeah.
I fully
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
So the best part of ZZZ is the first area, 6th Street.
Yeah.
And also this like the city square.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
After that,
yes.
Yeah.
that's the best part of the game. After that, they stopped doing that. This feels like 6th Street, but like
It's all
7th
6th Street.
Street.
Yeah, it's the 7th
Yeah,
Street.
like this is even more. Like it's
Yeah.
what I loved about early ZZZ, like feel and vibe wise.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
and that's the thing is this is a big city and
The urban part.
the temptation is like We're just gonna reuse
Dude, it's
like a
like it's like you're
gazillion.
an old Iridu.
Yes, we're gonna reuse like a gazillion assets. Like it's gonna be wide, but like super shallow. It's like, dude, every
No.
part
That's
of the
the
city,
assumption, yeah.
every part of the city that I've seen so far, like not only does it feel pretty unique, like it feels good, like it feels full. Like every NPC that I've talked to is like fully voice
You can go into
acted.
so many interiors.
You can.
There's a lot more tiers that you can go
And
to
you
than
can,
I
like,
expected.
so-
Arguably more than Cyberpunk
Dude,
2077.
yes, I would have never expected that.
Like that goes against the grain of what your brain would
Yeah.
assume.
Well,
Like-
dude, here's the thing too: is there are some parts of the map that are like, oh, you know, like this is just like a reused asset, like storefront. Dude, you can renovate them and put a shop in there and manage the shop.
I haven't gotten there yet.
So like
Holy
yeah,
crap.
like I told you, I've only explored like one block. It's because they put me in the city and they're like, talk to Mint, and I was like, I'm gonna look around a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna
And
talk
so
about
I
it
started
yet.
looking
Yeah.
around and I was like, I can go in here. I can go in
Yeah.
here. I can go in
Yes.
here. I was like, what? And then I went to a front that I couldn't go in, and I could inspect it. I was like,
This is-
you're like, even though I can't walk in this restaurant, like he has something to say about it. Like,
real quick. The Playground Games, who are developing the new Fable game,
Yes.
have postponed launching Fable because
Okay.
they think that it's going to interfere with GTA 6. I think that they run the risk more of interfering with this game.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
Fable, its big thing is that it's supposed to be a kind of game where you can basically be just like a mogul of a certain town.
Yeah.
Open up businesses, start like
anything,
renovate
yeah.
areas. That's what we're talking about here. It's like in that way, I'm like, yeah, you want to spread these kind of games out because like this is something where people could get really involved in being a like
yeah.
mogul of Hetero of like this town
Yeah.
and really developing it out as fully as they want to be.
And something that's so
like
cool.
and GTA is also probably pining up the same tree. Like,
It'd be insane if they did.
like it's
Yeah.
probably the same type of thing where it's like micromanaging businesses to like
Yeah.
grow your money. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I get your bag.
it's interesting.
And like that's another interesting thing to talk about is money feels like money in this game.
Yes. Yes.
So like in a lot of gacha games, like
it
in
called, like,
Star Rail,
fions?
in Star Rail, for example, I have like an absurd amount of money. I have
11
like
million
18
credits,
million
like, yeah.
credits.
Yeah.
Like I am never going to spend 18 million credits. In this game, it's like I have 100K. It's like this is 50K.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy
Yeah.
it? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to save my money.
Yeah.
Like money feels like money, and like that's what
Which
that's what like they're buying into with like the GTA aspect of it.
And GTA money does feel like money too. Like it is true, and that's part of what makes you want to keep playing. Is hey, like I want to buy
spend
this thing.
this?
Like I legitimately do not have that much money. Like, I cannot
Yeah.
buy
Yes,
that.
it's not like in
Like-
Zara where it's like I can buy like if it comes down to credits, like if it's the credits currency, I can buy whatever I
That's
want.
fine. Like
Yeah.
like, but nothing costs credits.
Yeah.
So that's why.
So that's just something that genuinely impressed me.
So a skin, I'm pretty sure. Like when I was looking at the character skins, like I told you, like you could buy one with credits. I think it was like
It was a lot.
it was a lot of money.
It was like $1 million.
Yeah, it was like so much money. I was like, I don't know what the economy is like in this game, but I was like, even if I was playing Star Rail, I'd be like,
Yeah.
it's a little pricey.
And there are a lot
Yeah.
of things I haven't done yet. Like I said, I remember I saw that there were heists in this, and heists are typically the big payouts in
yeah.
GTA.
the big money
Dude,
maker.
I
yeah.
think it's time to talk about the jail system.
That was so funny.
I think this
Today.
at this point that's the elephant in the room where it's like that
Address
was
me.
kind of the point that shocked all of us.
and this is and
Before we
the-
went live today.
The jail system, more than anything else, is a case study into how in depth this game decided to go for no
Yeah.
other reason than
world building.
than world building
It's just,
and
like, the craft.
consistency in the world building.
and it's like love of the craft, honestly.
So
Yes.
At a certain point.
Nathaniel's 4-year-old was driving around.
Yeah.
and
It's, like, it's an homage
he
to like
got-
games at this point.
he
Yeah.
got caught by the cops.
Yeah.
And like so like I knew there was a cop system in this because like that was one of the things they advertised. Like, oh, it's like GTA,
Yeah.
like there's like a wanted system. So we were like, okay, like let's get out of the car and let's see what happens.
Yeah,
And you know,
yeah.
in GTA it's like, okay, you get wasted and then you respawn.
Yeah, they kill you and then you respawn.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
yeah.
You fight
dude,
you fight
dude,
the cops.
No. You get arrested and you go to like a jail island.
They
and
they secure you. They're like, come out peacefully.
Yeah.
And so you can come out and you can either decide you want to fight them or do you want to like surrender, like Skyrim style. Like
Yes, Skyrim style.
like
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
like all right, like, you got me.
yeah.
If you do that, you get a little cutscene where you go to Alcatraz.
Yes, you literally go to like Hetero Alcatraz.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, is like it's actually somewhat kind of punishing.
It is. You have to be there for like 5 or 6
Your
days.
time is punished.
Yeah, 5 or 6 in-game days, obviously. Either that
Still.
or you can pay your way out. Like you have,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's like 30, it's like 30 grand.
For especially early
For
game.
like level 7 scrubs like us, that's a lot of money.
That's money, dude.
But dude, you can do that. You can wait your time.
Yeah.
You can pay the fee, or you can use like one of at least like 6 different ways to break out of jail.
But you don't know how.
Yeah, you don't know how.
gotta figure it out.
You have to gather materials by doing like
And you have-
side quests in the jail.
But so there's like several like little like crumbs around the jail, but there is nothing connecting them.
no, there's
Yeah.
nothing.
You have to figure out like, okay, I
main
have
character will look at something and be like, maybe
yeah,
I can use this.
It's like I have a bed sheet, I have soap, and I have disinfectant. How do I escape? I don't know.
It's like a
Yeah,
kid. It's
you-
like a
you
kid's
tell
escape.
me.
from
I
jail
don't
book.
know. Like
Yeah.
it'll say like if you look at your journal in the jail, it's like ways to. It'll have like it has like 5 or 6 like lists, and it's like this method has not been discovered yet. Like you don't know how to get
What?
out with this method yet. And so it's like the first method you discover is like in your wall behind a poster, the classic like these bricks are a little broken. Like I need a spoon to get out. How do I get a spoon? I don't know. All I have is disinfectant and a bed sheet. Like that's for another method. I don't know. Like, but I have 4 days left before I get out naturally. But it's like it's almost like a little mini game. Like it's like
how does time pass?
And the game,
Like,
yeah,
you
you go to
sleeping.
sleep.
yeah,
Oh,
past
okay.
times. Well, time passes by like you go to this first area, and so you have like this area at your disposal, and you can do things. But to go to the next area, it's like lunch is over, time passes. So now it's the afternoon / evening, and you're in the next area, and you have like areas and items at your disposal, and then it's like, well, if you want to go to the next area, now you have to wait till you're going to sleep. You have to wait till the next morning.
They did
So
not have
now
to do
it's
this.
now it's day 2. So it's like this is not even the base game.
I
Like
know,
this is
is
just
like its
Yeah.
own separate game.
This is just the jail system.
Is there a gotcha system in jail?
yeah. You had to like roll the dice. It's like, can you get out?
Yeah, do you
It's
drop the
so
soap or
cool.
not?
You can like
Yeah.
distract guards, and you can like get information from guards. Like
I am so invested, like in this jail
I
like
know.
subplot. Like it's so cool.
and like you get, yeah, and the cool thing is
There's
like
a dishwashing and power
Mini game.
washing
yes, it was
simulator.
so funny. You're like
Mini
doing
game.
chores around the jail, and it's like wash
Yeah.
the dishes. It's
If-
like a dishwashing.
yeah, if you
mini
want to
game.
pass time honestly, you can do little labor tasks.
Yeah, and evidently, like if you do them well, you can like get your sentence reduced.
And yeah, well,
So
they
insane.
put actual power washing simulator in the game.
In the- yeah,
It is
port
like
it over.
I've played power washing simulator. They literally just ported the game like into here.
It's
So cool,
awesome.
dude. That's so cool. It's oh man, it's just like
With your nozzles and your sprays and your different like nose heads,
yes,
like
in the soap.
and, and your progress bar and your button to like ping ping the dirt, like the whole
Man.
power washing the whole game. It's in here.
That's crazy.
And that's the thing, right? And this is why I say this. Like, obviously, this is just one system, but that's
Yeah.
why I call it a case study, because it's like
yes,
that-
it's emblematic of like the rest.
yes, that means like definitively they are going to be doing this for more systems.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just think that's really, really impressive.
Like we accidentally happened upon this thing.
Because
without
we
knowing
have
that it
like
was a thing.
pure accident, and we were just like, "How deep does this go?" And
Yeah.
we found out.
Yeah, we like literally. It was
And
just
we
messing
didn't
around
even
saying,
find
like,
out.
Okay, well, what if we do this? What if we try to get into the infirmary and we ask the guard? Oh, we tell the guard, oh, I'm not feeling great. Literally, it worked.
Yeah.
we literally went to a conversation with the guard saying, like
Hey.
with the intention of telling him, hey, I'm not feeling great. Can you get me into the infirmary?
The dialogue
There'd be,
option
like,
said-
6 dialogue options.
Yeah.
it wasn't just like a yes or no. It was like a whole slew of options.
Yeah.
And you had to choose one of those, and that actually resulted in you
Yeah.
getting into a previously locked room. It's just that, like,
Yeah, the guard near the
It's-
infirmary had a unique dialogue for I don't feel very good.
Yeah, I know.
It's KCD2 level
It is.
immersion with
It
dialogue.
is.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
it is
crazy.
genuinely unbelievable how they thought of it, because so like no other gacha game would even think of doing that?
Which then also makes me question, like, are they anticipating that we'll spend a lot of time in jail?
I know. Well, that's the
Or
thing
is
too.
it
Is
just,
Probably.
like-
narratively,
Probably.
you definitely are going to go there in the story. Like, there's so much there that like you have to go.
There's
there.
too much there.
There's too much there for it to just be like the when you get busted.
Yeah.
But I think, that says a lot, especially because of the fact that like we did all that and we didn't even break out yet, and there are 6 other ways to break out.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 days left. Like
I know, it's like they did not have to
half
do
your
all
time
this.
is over.
It's really unique. It's really cool, and something I think is also very telling about how the lengths this game goes for the sake of continuity, and just like a world building experience is the fact that I there have been far more NPCs that I've interacted with that have been fully voice acted
Yeah.
than like not at all.
Yeah.
And like I'm talking Hoyo games, like big 3 Hoyo games, you go up to like an NPC and like they might either say like, well, what are you doing here? Or they
One
won't
phrase?
say anything at all. And then you're just reading the text. Like these are actually like voice acted.
Like Star, they used to do that, and
And
then
it's good voice acting. It's surprisingly good voice acting
it's
too.
they're getting like veterans in the sphere.
It's surprisingly good.
Like they're getting good voice actors.
I don't know where they're pulling this money from, considering like this is like their big breakout game.
project. Yeah, like
I am shocked.
well, no, I'm sorry. They made an MMO in like 2005.
Yeah, I know they had made like something before.
It's called
this, but,
Perfect
like,
World, and that might have made like millions of dollars. Like that might have like it's an MMO. It might have made a lot of money. I don't know, but also it's from like 20 years ago.
21
So
years ago.
like I don't know.
So yeah, all I'd say,
So,
like,
another way that this is similar to Crimson Desert.
yeah,
That they made an MMO before this. Like,
yeah. Well,
that's so crazy.
and I mean, I'm good to wrap up NTE.
This
by
is like
just
Crimson Desert. Like this is
Crimson Desert.
this is like
calling
so funny.
calling it a refreshing, like a surprisingly refreshing, and
Dude.
like it's a breath of fresh air for the genre.
This might be the best launch of a gacha I've ever seen.
They also did Tower of Fantasy.
Oh, these
What?
guys did Tower of Fantasy?
They did?
Yeah. Hota.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Hota
that.
Studio.
Tower of Fantasy was an interesting one because people that loved it, but also a lot of people fell off it hard, including me.
Maybe they learned.
Yeah, and I think
We'll have to see, though. This is like none of us even have more than what, like 5 hours?
yes.
Yeah,
But this is one of those games where it's seriously like I want to come back.
Yeah, me too.
And for people listening,
I think they have a Persona collab in the works.
wow.
Which, for those who don't know in the gacha sphere, usually a Persona collab is like the same thing as end of service. I don't know if you know about that. There's a curse. There's a curse of the Persona collab.
Uh-oh.
And it's essentially that when a gacha game starts doing collabs and they collab with Persona, they usually end of service within a year.
Yeah,
And
Wuthering
it's because-
Waves is
well,
next.
Yeah, like Wuthering Waves did a collab, but it's usually because like they're just trying to collab with like anyone.
Yeah.
And so it's like Persona, like that'll get people in, and it's like, well, yeah, it gets people in, but it's not enough.
Yeah, no.
Usually by the time someone collabs with Persona, it's because they're desperate.
Hey, if they do the same thing they did with Wuthering Waves, where like if you're driving around, you can listen to Persona music,
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with that.
That's exactly what they're doing.
I'm very
when
happy with
when you
that.
get in a car, you see a little like music player above. It's the same thing as Wuthering Waves. They're going to put Persona music for you.
I am delighted with that information.
It's great.
Again,
It's great.
I think like I would encourage anyone listening, like I think this, like, if you're a fan of gacha games and you're a little bit on the fence about this one, I think this is such a healthy trend in gacha games. Like they kind of need our support. Like
Yes.
like I think they need our support
they
in this
do.
kind of thing where it's like I want to like I as a consumer of gacha games, I want to reward this kind of behavior.
Me too. Yeah.
And I think it warrants. I think it warrants this kind of support so far. And I think this is a game that I want to stick around. Like I want to stick with, and like I want to keep providing updates for as we continue the podcast. And I want to see it develop because there are some games where it's like Star Rail, where it's like it starts strong, and then because it gets the love and support and like the investment from a fan base, like it can turn into something like an Amphorius arc where I'm like,
yeah, but that took 2
narratively,
years.
this is one of the best things.
Well, I mean,
ever done.
Penacony was good too, but anyways.
Or it can turn into like a Wuthering Waves where it might start off a little bit slow, but like because of investment, like it can develop into like a real.
But this
real
is starting off better than either of those already.
Yeah.
Like,
which again, like this is the floor. I really want them to just take this and like hit the ground running.
Agreed.
And I think like this is day 2 of it coming out, so I'm not 100% sure on the
I think it's day 3.
analytics of the analytics of
dude, I bet it's made so much money.
I would hope so.
Actually, a lot of people are staying away from it because of Tower of Fantasy. A lot of people are saying, I'm not touching this yet. Same devs as Tower of Fantasy.
Well,
and with the awful gender ratio that game has, I don't trust this game will be any
so
different, unfortunately.
if on the off chance someone listening to this right now is someone that's played Tower of Fantasy and has the same thoughts, I've played Tower of Fantasy.
I played Tower of Fantasy too, and I was like, I played it once. I was like,
yeah,
this is not the same.
I played Tower of Fantasy when it launched. I played a bit. I didn't like it. I tried coming back to it later after they introduced a major update. Still wasn't feeling it. Uninstalled it again. This is so much more promising. Like, it's so much more promising. Also, the thing about gender ratio, like, have you never played a gacha game?
Have you never played a gacha game in your life?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like,
They're all like
again,
that, unfortunately.
again, like coming from like Nathaniel, I would say 100% yes, that's a valid criticism. But also, like, he's not a gacha player. Like, he's not like an avid gacha player. Like, this is the bar is low. The bar is very, very, very low. Like, you have to, like, if you go into a game like this, as with a lot of genre, going into any game genre, there are some understood flaws that are just gonna be there. Like, if I go into like a roguelike, I wouldn't expect it to like check a number of boxes because it's a roguelike, It's like that's a flaw of the genre. If I go into a gacha, I wouldn't expect it to have certain things. Like,
Exactly.
you're gonna have 2 guy characters. Like,
Yeah.
that is part of, and one of them is your protagonist.
One of them is you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one of them is you. Like, that's just how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Like there is going to be like a 25 to 75 at least ratio of like
Yes.
male to female.
That is-
I mean, that does seem like
part of the pain.
Everyone's complaint in this particular thread.
But then again, it's like that's Reddit.
Again,
So that's a common complaint then.
But I'm
It's
saying, like,
A common
you-
complaint is like lack of male characters.
and to that I say,
brother.
sure, if you've never played another gacha game.
To that, I simply say, "Oh, brother."
well, but like here's the thing. It's like, are we not interested in growing the genre?
I think it is.
Are we interested
I
in
think,
evolving
yes.
it, or are we trying to keep it stagnant?
It's worth doing that, but also it's every single game. It's like every time. It's like, listen, people that have veterans of the Jagat, we also know this is true. Yes, it sucks. Like, it sucks. Like, it's almost like,
It does.
all right, like, just get it out of your system and like either hop off or keep playing. Like,
Yeah.
everyone feels the same way.
But I mean, that's also the same of just like a ton of animes in general.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
The only
To a certain degree.
only male character is the main character.
Or
And then it's-
one
a
other
lot of-
token character as a bros, and that's it.
A lot of times, yeah. And I mean, the thing is, so long as it maintains like as like a profitable, a profitable
Money
so-
talks, and people want jiggle physics.
yeah, monetary
unfortunately.
system. I mean, like the overwhelming majority of the people who play this game are probably male. So I mean, as a result, like a lot of them probably want like more female characters. I mean, that's just it's how it is. And also, like, I can understand if that's your complaint for like Star Rail, who's entering like its 3-year anniversary.
Yeah.
This game
Yeah.
came out 1 day ago.
Like 3 days
Yeah.
ago. Like, dude.
No, it had its US release 1 day ago.
Okay.
Like, dude, you can't complain about their lack of male characters when they haven't added like any new characters at all yet.
That's true.
I mean, you can, because it's like, okay, already the ratio is not a lot, but it's like you don't even know what
that's
they're
my
going
issue
on.
is
But
okay.
This is a live service game. Like
It's so the ratio is a
it's
key,
like
is a
complaining
key
about
point,
Marvel
though.
Rivals. Like there's not enough male characters in Rivals. Like they're gonna add more.
I think that's a false dichotomy. I think the issue here is the fact that this is yet another gacha game in an already crowded space.
Yeah.
And they like here's the issue. Like sure they're adding a lot of gameplay elements that are different from the other competitors of theirs, and they're already distinguishing themselves in that fact. But I think it's important to realize that if they want to distinguish themselves further, if they want to try to evolve the genre, evolve the format, the obvious two ways of evolving the format outside of gameplay: one, more male characters, higher representation of that way; two, unique faces. And I know we talked about that before, and I want to say that here because I know we're probably getting to the end of this conversation. I want to just cap it off with that, is the fact that yes, anime as a style does not always allow for a lot of variety in facial structure and composition. However, it can.
Same face syndrome.
It can.
Everywhere. Same face syndrome.
Yes, but it can. And I think that at that point, that's just like, okay, well, like we're assuming we're going to make X amount of money from this amount of people paying money for this kind of stuff anyway, because that's what people are expecting and that's what they're thinking they're going to get anyway. I think that at that point, that's just lazy and that's just a defeatist mindset in that like, oh, this is how everybody else is, so this is how we're going to do it too. And I think that's an issue that like we need to combat within this genre. And I'll play this one. I will play this one. I think that this one already does it. Like I said, I have to give credit where credit's due. I found one guy with a chin strap beard, basically, and that's it. It's something.
Let's go.
He wasn't even playable though. And so my issue is add any amount of characters
Don't
with
make him a
facial
child.
hair.
Like
Any amount of characters with facial hair. Add body weight variety. I'm not saying I want a bunch of like overweight people. I'm saying
I don't
see
want a fat guy NPC.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my point is, I don't want everybody to be like snatched waist, massive.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody needs to
100%.
be that way. I'm saying just some amount of variation to where every character doesn't feel like a cut and paste thing. I'm saying I don't want it to be a situation like Overwatch where every character has Kiriko's face.
Yes.
Where everybody has the same facial structure and just different hair and outfit.
Yeah.
I'm saying give them a different variety. The fact that Tomodachi Life with me, the me type characters that is based off of a 20-year, the Wii came out in 2006, 2007. That is 20 years ago. The fact that a 20-year-old character creation system has more variety in its
that's because
base
it has a
iteration.
character creation system. This game doesn't.
Exactly. But still, the fact that like as something as basic as a me creator that's 20 years old allows more character variety and facial variety than something that is a modern day system is embarrassing.
It sounds like hotcakes too.
I mean,
like
yeah,
how much you like?
yeah.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I think unfortunately the truth is like, so long as this keeps making money, this is going to keep being the status quo.
I can analyze it further,
and also like, it's a very your take, and like I hate to say this, your take is so Western. Like
you Western chud.
No, and I'm saying that is like I am in the same camp as you.
Yeah, me too.
But like, dude,
me too.
Do you remember in Genshin when they made, what was her name, like Varessa, and she was like she had like slightly chubby legs, dude.
Very
and like,
slight. Her stomach wasn't like One Piece proportions.
Dude, the Chinese fan base went ballistic.
May.
Yes, they went ballistic.
Yes.
They were unironically like angry with Hoyo, like demanding that they change it.
Yikes.
Like these are their primary consumers. So like Nathaniel, what I genuinely think is a lot of devs for games like these think the way we think.
They're afraid.
But they are subjected to
money and the
a very
money.
lame primary player base.
Yes. And I agree. Like a lot of there's so much discourse that I've seen where with the big three games like Star Rail and these like all of them, they're like, please, especially Wuwa, a very, very, very vocal player base in Wuwa. They're like, please add more male characters because it was like 20 female characters in a row. It was like everyone's like, yo, like please please add another male. I think like all of Renacida, it was only Brant.
I think it was too.
The entire chapter 2 of the game, there was one male character, and everyone's like,
Yikes.
please add more male characters. And it's unfortunately, you look at the data, they add a male character, they
doesn't sell
do
well.
not sell well.
Yeah.
They don't sell. They don't make money.
Well, is
They-
that because
like,
they make stupid male characters? Or
It's
is it-
no,
I
dude.
would argue yes.
Brain is awesome.
And not even Brant, but
guys,
also
guys,
like other
I-
some of the other male characters in other waves, like
Luca,
Guys,
Luke Hurson,
if
yeah, he's in.
okay, I get where you're coming from. Where you think like those characters look awesome.
No.
Here-
I'm talking about like personality. Like he seemed
That
dumb.
too.
Like are they dumb? Like are they stupid?
That
like,
too.
No, and again,
I'm saying.
where you're going with this is it's the most Western take
No,
ever.
no, and
it's
again-
the most Western
and-
take
and
ever.
I know,
You can't,
I know.
And listen
you can't
again.
say it.
If you made a Western looking guy, it would sell even less.
it would sell so much less.
But I think what it comes down to is the marketing and the way that they present it. And so let me finish up this
Yeah.
thought before you guys like rebut it, because I know
It
you're
would be
gonna have-
Crimson
I-
Desert.
I know you're gonna have a rebuttal to
Yeah.
it, and I get where you're coming from. Here's the thing:
We're playing
is that
devil's
like
advocate here because I believe in your point.
I know, but like
Yes.
here's the thing: I think that like the game's issue is less that they're creating male characters that people don't want to buy,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that they are not being as horny with their male characters as they're being with their female characters. Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
But I think that like okay, I saw a TikTok recently that really cracked me up, where it was basically saying like speed running how long it takes for me to get to a sexualized version of Claire from Resident Evil versus a sexualized version of Leon. And Claire isn't even as prominent of a character within the Resident Evil franchise as Leon is.
Yeah.
And for Claire, it took them like 0.2 seconds of Google search random thing like images to find one of her. Leon,
People
even though
love
he's
Leon, bro.
extremely common, it took them a minute and a half of scrolling to find a single
That's
picture of Leon
crazy.
that was shirtless.
I would have.
That's actually pretty crazy.
And it is, and so that
I would've
gets me-
expected way less.
I know, same. But that gets me to my point where I think that we got to play the same game.
Yeah.
we got to play the game by the same rules. Where
Yeah.
if the female
Brother, I
characters the female characters that we're playing, like if the thing that makes them sellable is the if we're going by, I know we talk about Western mindset versus Eastern mindset. If we're going Eastern Asian mindset of over like infantilization of the female character with the high pitched voice and making them seem more kiddish or whatever. It's like, oh, they're actually 400 years old, but they sound
Yeah.
like a kid. Like if we're going that whole thing with this, like do find a way to make the male character make sense for both audiences.
Yeah.
And so to finish that line of thinking, I think that despite the fact that a lot of Hoyoverse and similar anime style games, like their male characters, like yes, we're talking about the fact that they're both fair skinned, and it's debatable whether
Yep.
they are Asian presenting or white presenting.
It's the
Here's the
same.
thing. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. More often than not, we are doing Asian presenting males
Yes.
that are Asian beauty standards.
Yes.
We are not doing Western presented males with Western beauty standards.
No.
I promise you.
100%.
And I would actually bet money on this.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, if you introduced a character into one of these games that was like 90s Brad Pitt style to like a Western mindset with like stubble and facial hair, but like kind of like shoulder length hair, and like it was like a very like typical bad boy style where it was not Asian beauty standards for a male. It wasn't typical like this kind of like length hair, like clean shaven, like really like beautiful, like almost feminine type features, like is typical for K-pop and West and
Oh, yeah.
Eastern beauty standards, and you fully bought in
Yeah.
to the like Western male standards, but pretty boy Western male standards for that. I promise you it would do better than other male characters they've done. And I think that they have committed too hard to the Eastern female standards and Eastern male standards. I think you got to go Eastern female standards, Western male standards. I really think that unless you are splitting it down the
Oh,
middle
wait.
and you are being cheesy about it in that way, I don't think it's going to
So,
work.
well, one, that would do great as an NPC, I'm unfortunate to say, because we're about to get straight up political here.
Maybe,
so-
but like I'm trying
so-
to discover like why.
No, I can tell you why. It's because, oh gosh, I don't even want to get into this. This is like actually political. Asian men don't like when Western men take Asian women.
Well, yeah,
in media.
yeah.
That's why. at the end of the day, the winner has to be the Eastern Asian looking male.
And that makes sense. And I get
Yes.
where you're coming from. And I feel like there is validity.
If
in
you
that.
had like a very American looking guy that is like the harem,
yeah,
dude.
like he is the one that is getting the Asian.
they
girl.
would be pissed.
And that's fair.
true.
And so if that's what it
Pissed.
comes down to, then I will concede that I was wrong a little bit about that, and that maybe that is the case. But I'm trying to find like a middle ground for this, and so but that makes more
And
sense.
it's because I don't. Okay, we've never gotten like. Maybe it's a skill issue. If you listen to this, if you listen to this and you disagree, and I would say it's because at large Asia is too misogynistic. It's too misogynistic. It's too.
I think we can
It is
agree on
too
that.
much male centered, and that like they have to like I have to get the
Oh,
girl.
okay.
I
dude,
lived there
every-
for
like,
most of high school. Yes, I
Dude,
agree.
I mean, why do you think
this is why it's all girls and the MC is the guy? That's
dude,
why.
I mean, why do you think and like
I'm not afraid to say it, bro.
again,
Like
this is I mean, sure this is political, but also like this
male-written games,
This region
like-
of like political science and history is like my forte. Like,
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
do you think Japan and South Korea are actively dying?
yes.
Because
Yeah.
because you have like the most radicalized men and the most radicalized women on both sides of the spectrum, where you have these radicalized men who see women as complete objects.
That is the goalpost.
Yes,
The
because-
And guess
goalpost
who's
is
making the
that.
gacha games?
It's not even it's not even the gacha games.
Yeah.
No, it's the gacha games. It's the idol media.
Yes.
and that's what they think a woman should be. And then they see a real life woman, and they're like, no, like this isn't right.
Not good enough.
They're like, this isn't up to my standards because I'm so used to these
And
standards.
so that's
in my
why
media.
like even so like both men and women in these games are such like what is this like it's like
yeah. Well, so here's where that becomes a little bit ironic to me. Sorry, I don't mean to go on too much of a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
We were talking about Crimson Desert. We're comparing it. That was our last episode. There's a lot of similarities. I just want to draw a comparison
is.
here too. With Crimson Desert, that's made by Korean devs, right?
which
Like,
is
it's-
very
it's-
interesting.
right?
Very
And-
interesting.
But like all the main characters are white presenting,
Yeah.
European presenting, if
very
nothing else.
European presenting.
The main male character is a very typical like Eurocentric like bearded white male,
yeah.
like mid 30s kind of age.
I am
like
curious though the analytics of who is playing the game primarily.
everybody.
Oh.
Everybody.
No, like
I know what you mean.
As
I know
far
what you
as
mean.
East versus West.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
I, think
would
it's
be
West.
curious, yeah.
I think
I would
it's
tell
West,
you
too.
it is 98% like America and Europe.
Exactly,
Probably.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's our
Yeah,
point.
every post I
right?
see is people from
Is when
Portugal.
you- yeah, that's our point, right? Is when you project West, if you project West, you are almost going to completely isolate East. Meanwhile,
So
if
weird.
you project
Vice versa,
East,
yeah.
no, not vice versa. If you project East, not only are you going to get East, but you're also going to get a lot of Western base, like
Okay.
me and Connor. Like
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah,
get
yeah.
the best of both worlds,
That's
where you might get
interesting,
some
yeah.
disgruntled Westerners, but if you
Not
do-
as much.
Yes, exactly. But if you do full West, you're completely isolating the East, and money talks in this regard.
It does.
And
What,
it's I again I think it is going to politics, and it is because in the West you have more like diversity. You have people in the West that either like the East or are from the East or had family from the East. Like
if we're continuing down that
Oh, they
path,
just fetishize the East.
If we're
Oh,
continuing down
fetishize
that
the East,
path,
yes.
and if we're being realistic with two of our members of Skill Issue, it is also
Yes!
it comes down to race mixing.
Yes!
I mean
Yes!
Like, I mean like
Yes!
we're talking half Indian.
I'm half Asian.
Thai, half Indian, half.
We're
like,
both half
American.
Asian.
It's like we're talking about like mixing and how that is.
And we're
that
in the
is-
West.
That is almost taboo in that side of the world.
Oh,
And
yes!
it's
yes.
very looked down upon. Like having a sibling.
we don't
who-
see color. Like
Yeah, you guys suck.
having a sibling who married into Korean and having like his like basically his in-laws, and,
Yes.
like the grandparents on his Korean wife's side, being like, "Oh, you sure you want to marry a white guy
Yeah.
as opposed to a Korean guy?" And like, "Oh, but your sister's marrying a Korean guy. Why can't you do that?"
Yeah.
It's baked. It's
is.
baked.
It's
baked
into
in,
the
yeah.
into
It
into
is.
into their like their culture.
It is.
Yeah.
And so I get what you're
Whereas
saying.
these guys, they don't care.
yeah, these guys, they don't really.
And in fact, like they will go out of their way a lot of times to try and find an
Yes.
Asian girl.
because
Yes.
because Yeah. Okay. I don't want to get too far down that track. What I want to. I can.
Yeah. Well, we can say it. Yeah.
What I want to wrap up on is a solution. I want to wrap up on I think it is not productive to complain about something without having a solution.
I think this was a really interesting discussion, though.
It's very interesting discussion.
Yeah.
But my solution, character creator.
We're getting to the crux of the issue.
The easiest solution is a character.
You know
creator.
who did a character creator? Tower of Fantasy, didn't they?
Tower of Fantasy did have a character creator.
I think character creator is not a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben, what were you gonna say?
Agreed.
Let's just say my first girlfriend was Asian, so
Yeah.
I can say this too.
I can say it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But still,
Character creator 100% should be.
I think a character creator, like by far, the first gacha,
and it wouldn't
that
take away from the
includes
story at all.
Yeah, exactly. The first gacha that lets you create your own character and has the most mid story in the world, I promise you will outsell any gacha that does not have that.
The Tower of Fantasy did that, and
Exactly. It's difficult. Like it's a difficult medium to strike because
yeah,
a lot of ones like they want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's dude, I don't care how you felt about Tower of Fantasy. If this game, with all of its other strengths, had a character creator, it would only be that much better for it.
And people say that about Crimson Desert too. People are really mad that Crimson Desert doesn't let you create your own character.
Yeah,
valid.
I think yes.
He's already such a
I think it's also a valid criticism. Yeah.
Let me just phrase this part.
Yeah.
Does a character creator make sense when you're constantly just playing as the other characters in the game?
I think if
Fair.
you want, I think you could. I would play as the MC more if I had a character creator.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely would.
Yeah.
too,
So you're
but,
saying
like,
it would disincentivize people to play as anything but the MC.
Well,
I think it would, because I think normally it's like I play as other characters because they visually are 10 times more interesting than the main character.
It also really depends on the game. Like with Xenosaga Zero, Wise is Wise. You can't make a character creator with Wise. But like with a Trailblazer or with Aether and Genshin,
it's because you don't play as Wise in the battlefield. The ZZZ does it right, where in your slice of life missions you play as your MC, but in the combat parts you play as everybody else.
Yeah,
like they actually
and I feel
separate it.
That's a good solution. That is actually Crimson Desert.
That is a solution.
Is that like in the main story missions you play as Cliff, in every other thing, or in combat you can play as any of the other two characters. It's a similar mindset. Korean studio.
It's more compartmentalized. Like ZZZ is way more like compartmentalized though, where it's like you go into combat and it's straight up. Your character, your MC, his name is Wise, which, by the way, you can't name the MC. He has his own name.
His name is Wise.
Link.
It's like
you can make his online ID.
He goes, he basically puts on a VR headset and he watches the combat happen and is he's
a proxy.
He's the director. He tells them where to go.
Interesting.
And so you get to play as everyone else and you watch them go in and then they do all the combat and then it zooms back out and now you're your own character and you do the slice of life stuff.
I see what you're coming from.
They nailed that on the head. They nailed it.
It works.
Yeah.
It works really well.
Okay. I mean, that's all fair, and I think that's all good points. I gave my solution.
Yeah.
And I do still think the only good solution is a character creator.
We are all in agreement.
I think it's a good idea. I unfortunately think I think unfortunately like I said, if you appeal to the West, you're only gonna get the West. If you appeal to the East, you're gonna get both.
Both.
Yes. I agree.
I think I kind of cooked with that.
Yes. It is how it's how
right.
it works.
Like if we're talking analytics and we're talking about market strategy and where the following the dollars, you're right.
And
unfortunately, you're very right.
And we are a Western audience, right?
Yes.
And we've grown up in it to some extent.
I wouldn't consider I totally Western audience. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as a result, we're gonna look at it different.
Yeah.
And do I think are there? I'm sure the Eastern audience would have cons to our games, but I think ultimately, it's gonna keep selling, and I would love.
I hope they can add these features.
I know. I hope they could too. And honestly, like that's why Crimson Desert is so interesting
I
because
know.
Crimson Desert is really interesting as a Korean dev team
very interesting.
to make like a game that directly appeals to the West and it sells really, really well.
It's arguably the best selling game this year. I mean, like in certain departments. Yeah.
And honestly, I think what that means is this is opening the door to more Western appealing games from Eastern devs, and I think eventually, I mean, what's the biggest Eastern moneymaker? It's the gacha. I think.
Yeah.
I think in some ways it's only a matter of time until these paths cross.
It could be the biggest Western moneymaker if they weren't so close-minded.
But I also think that.
And again, I think where we've praised it in where it steps in the right direction.
Unfortunately, there are just so many people over there. It just keeps working.
No, I was gonna say it was like I think it also has to do with that like America is playing more video games.
Yes.
Before like our audience was only like 36%, whereas like in the Eastern countries like
They got their phones.
well video games are were just more popular overall in Eastern countries.
I mean,
So
also
it's
you have to
like-
factor in. It's like, dude, China, India, Malaysia, and Indonesia alone—that's like 3 billion people.
Yes, yes.
3 billion.
If not more, honestly.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
All those. Yeah.
Like that is, and like, dude, the gacha mass player base, it is those 4 countries.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
not
have
even
anything else you're gonna
factoring
add?
in like Japan and Korea.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, like, because America's playing more video games now, I think that, or like as a Western society, like they are more open to the prospect of making a Western game because there's more adoption to be had.
There's
Yeah.
the market is growing here.
The market could be bigger if they weren't so close.
I agree.
I think
I agree.
that's my end thesis is the fact that I do think that they're hampering themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot with the fact that they are really going just for Eastern. And that's what we're talking about is Eastern versus Eastern plus Western.
Yeah.
And I do think that like this is a situation where they could capture such a larger market if they allow themselves to just allow their audience to just create their own characters.
And that's the question, right? It's which one is going to capitulate? Because
Yeah.
as of right now, it is the Western audience kind of capitulating to the Eastern game.
Yes.
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 And I'm curious in what ways, especially with something like Crimson Desert coming out, in what ways that pattern is going to shift.
Man, I hope it shifts because Crimson Desert let you. I mean, you couldn't change the skin tone of your character, so that was like one thing. You had the white male, white female, and orc. Not the most varied, but like it's something. But you could change.
Yeah, if you're not white, you're an orc.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's the takeaway here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy, but still, it's like you could change their hair style, color, facial hair, facial style, facial color, and that was it. And you couldn't change tattoos if you want to count that. And that's pretty much it.
That's something though.
But you're right. It's something, and it was enough to get me to grind to that point in the game where I was able to do that because I was like, even the smallest semblance of agency over what I look like in a game is enough to get me to play it more or less. Like Assassin's Creed, the first game that let you really like alter your look was Origins, where you could decide, even though you couldn't change your skin color, like hair color, you could change your hair length. And your facial hair length or existence at all, whether clean shaven or facial hair, and then from there they allow you to do it in Valhalla, which allowed you to do that. And so that was like, even if I can't do anything else, at least I can do that. And I think the Western audience wants to be able to feel agency over their character.
I think so.
And I bring
more
that up
so than
because
the Eastern audience.
much more. And I think that is a valid conversation to have, especially as we talk about other games that are coming
It's
out
very
now.
indicative of the culture.
It is
Very.
and so here's where I think it's really important to have that conversation. I think I'm going to bring up 3 games from last year. I'm going to bring up Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Expedition 33, and Ghost Yote. All 3 games where you are set as a named character.
Yep.
You can't change who you are as a character in terms of voice, in terms of name, in terms of skin color. But what you can do in 2 of those games is change your facial hairstyle or hairstyle, and that's it. In Ghost Yote, you could change your clothing style and what your this in general your attire was like. And I think that was an issue with a lot of people. I mean, I don't think it was an issue. I mean, we have my review of the game where like I didn't think it was an issue that you had to be a female character. I think there's plenty of games like that where I like that. It was just that she wasn't likable. But still, I think that's in general is the fact that it's like you want to feel some level of agency over like what you can control with your character. And even if it's a named character, let's take the most talked about game online ever, Red Dead 2. Where you are Arthur Morgan. There's no getting around that. You are that character, but you can change his hair color, more hairstyle and hair length and beard style, beard length. You can do that amount. You can change his clothes and all that.
You can change his skin color.
And, I mean, like if you're really sunburned, I guess.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but then there's Red Dead Online, which, and this is where it's interesting. There's Red Dead Online where it lets you fully customize what you look like, what your style is, like all that kind of stuff. Hardly anybody played that. They shut it down after a certain amount of time.
I wish.
And it's just like there's no solid right or wrong answer with this. I think the overall right is allow some level of customization. That's the easiest like North Star is any customization at all is a win. But like still in general, it's like you can allow your character to have a name, a voice, a personality that is really specific to that character, but then like just allow a little bit, even if it's just an outfit, like allow a little bit of customization there without going too far. Okay, like this year we have GTA 6 maybe coming out this year. That is inevitably going to allow you to change certain things, but you're going to have you're going to have a voiced main male and female protagonist regardless
In the story,
in the story. Let's talk about a few other ones. We have First Light, which is a 007 game that is in the gameplay style of Uncharted essentially, but it's also kind of like in the James Bond franchise.
Like a Watch Dogs.
Yeah, that too. I don't think you'll be able to change your character's hairstyle or face style, but you'll be able to change his outfit. You have that. Will that be enough? We'll see. Yeah, it's not out yet. Yeah. We have Fable that may come out later this year. Fully customizable. Skin color, hair color. Like we're going full Elder Scrolls with that one. You can change everything about your character. We'll see. Will that be more successful or less successful based off of it? I think Tomodachi Life. I mentioned that earlier. We have it's me's. It's not like actual full characters, but you can change the timbre of the voice, the tone, the speed, all that. You can customize the look of them like a me, like
my name is Connor.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have full customization. And do we see the results? The results are that everybody's playing that game. Everybody and their mother's playing that game. Everybody's creating like
everyone loves
a
it,
million.
So
memes.
funny. I love watching it.
Really good content. What does that
like,
tell us?
I'm just watching people play it and I'm having a great time. Like it's so funny.
And so what's the takeaway here? Any amount of customization at all is important. Last one I'll use: Blood of the Dawn Walker. Blood of the Dawn Walker.
Yeah,
it is a game that's made
by
the Witcher 3 devs. It has combat that is it's third person, but it's reminiscent of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Insane. You combine the combat of Witcher and Kingdom Come Deliverance. Seems a recipe for success. Not a customizable character. You have people. I'm seeing comments of people being like, so I can't change him. So he has a dorky looking like he is clean shaven.
Actually, I didn't know that.
And he is clean shaven and has a dorky looking like ponytail.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yikes!
There's no customization there.
Like that.
I am someone that everything else about this game fully on board with. I'm fully bought in. I like hook line sinker.
And you can't make your character
right. Hook line sinker. I'm into this game. Oh, he looks like that, and I can't change that. Maybe I'll wait for
with a ponytail, bruh.
Maybe I'll wait for a sale now. See, that's the crux of this argument. Any amount of customization, will be the make or break factor for Western audiences to be bought into a game.
And you know something that's interesting about this? And,
the only other avenue is just by making your character like feel uniquely his own. And then he's not just like a
placeholder.
Yeah, like not a placeholder for you.
Or you can take the gacha route where it's just like the most generic guy like model, but like there's a precedent to that, so it works. You know.
Yeah. What I mean in gacha route is like Trailblazer. He's his own character. Wise is his own character. Rover's his own character.
But as far as the design, they all more or less look quite similar.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we're about
Yeah,
2 hours.
I was
and
about to
20
say, we
minutes
should-
in.
we're far into this. I just wanted to like wrap up with that point.
I think we
because
had a
that's
lot
important.
of fruitful conversation in this
Very
one.
much so.
You know, it started with Mario, and then it went to NTE, and then it went to East Asian politics, and then and then it went to
Yeah,
Then I went to the bathroom.
yeah, and then it
Then
went,
it
to the bathroom.
bathroom.
And then I went to the bathroom. But I'll say, if you stuck around, you know,
Thank you.
you're a brez.
You're a
You are,
bros.
yeah.
And you're getting
you're
the- you're
great.
getting
We got a spot on the couch here for you.
we do. We yeah.
We got one spot right over there.
Adapt from the skill shoe. We got a few extra spots on the sectional here. You have a spot in our hearts.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not taking our socks off yet, but like you got a spot in our
Like
hearts.
and subscribe.
Yeah,
Visit the YouTube.
yeah.
We're
yeah.
about to take a nap.
We're about to take a nap
That's
together.
about it.
Yeah, that's about it. So yeah.
All right.
Bye.